All righty. Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing this beautiful tonight? Should I say this beautiful night? This is the night after the full moon. I'm not the full moon, after the new moon, which is the new moon that we supposed to have had last night. See, the last night or this night that we supposed to have. I got to go back into, but I believe last night, which actually started, which it's the night before the day, which was last night. I think that is when we had the new moon, which was the black moon, dark moon. 'Cause I went outside, I didn't see it, and I was looking for it. So today was our first day, which we did another blowing another shofar, and 9 days from today, which will be on the 29th, we're going to do the day, we're going to start atonement again. Now the day of atonement, the 4 day, will be on the 30th, which is they call, I believe, Devil's Night. I believe they call that. But on the 29th, we're going to start at noon. On the 29th, we're going to start fast. We're going to start our fast that time, just to be sure, because the beginning of the year or the new moon that started was either the 29th of March or the 27th of April. So I'm just being sure. We kept Day of Atonement last month, and we're doing, well, let me just say the Yom Kippur last month. We're doing Yom Kippur this month, me and my family. So anybody want to join in, I'm already giving you a heads up on what we're doing and where we're at. But other than that, we're going to get started because tonight is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. This is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. And we're here every night after Monday, which is the night between Monday and Tuesday, as we call it. Um, and this is where we at. And we're here every night, every quote unquote Monday night at 9 p.m. Night after Monday at 9 p.m. on this night. Other than that, blessed be thou, Father of the universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father of 12 tribes of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us so we can help lead and guide others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We ask you to keep us in every way, help us in every way, allow us to flourish in your word and your way, and we ask you to keep your armor protection around us at all times. We ask you to forgive us, our ancestors and our forefathers, for the sins that we have done in today's time to come, and the time in the past that we have done and the sins that we may not know about. We also ask you to lift the spirit of deep sleep from off of us as a people and allow us to awaken to your glorious light, your glorious word, and your ruach, which is your law. We ask you to help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, or spiritual. In all these things we pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you, Father. Now, as I was just doing the prayer, I was just looking at MTR. Uh, Tutorials. I forgot his name, MTR. Just looking at that a few moments ago. And what was coming to me as I was doing the prayer is this quote unquote government shutdown. I don't know, just coming to me as I was praying, that was kind of just hitting my mind. And a lot of people can't see prophecy happening today. Everything is coming down, bam, 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 and people can't see it because they're in something, they're in the whirlwind, and not understanding what's going on. Now, it's just coming right now. So it's coming the way it's coming. Warning. What did this say, baby? My baby got me this shirt when I was in Mississippi. Say, warning. I offer sarcasm, not advice. Sound like this was about to come. And I don't know what. I just put the shirt on. Sound like that was about to come, y'all. It's a lot of things been going on I saw yesterday when brother Wilson, right here in Detroit, out of Detroit, I didn't know he's from Detroit. You know, there's a lot of things I'm not into, and I don't follow people like that. But I was hearing how, and a lot of people is listening to this brother and how you talk about Cam Newton. That's one thing. Oh, how it's all coming in to form. The same thing was going on with this government shutdown, as they say. Now, one thing the brother MTR, I don't know the brother's name, but like I say, I'm not a follower. I watch, but until I get to know you and get into whatever, I get to know you, it's a different story. But I watch and I observe. That's what I am. I'm a watchman. I may not know a lot of names. I may not know a lot of issues right offhand, but I understand things according to prophecy. All right. And so I got some things I want to share with y'all tonight. The situation about Cam Newton, everybody in his business, right? By him. Now, I don't know his business. All I know is that's what's put out there from far as what I can see. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know, but I will give you my opinion on, according to scripture, on certain things that people may or may not understand. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speak on that in a few moments. My man G1 is on his way in. My man G1 is on his way in. Good greetings, G1. How you doing, bro? Glad you made it in tonight. As we get ready to get started. But first, I want to ask you real quick before I get started. How did your test go? Gee, how did your test go today? Do you know? No, I guess he's not. I just there you go. Okay. Well, I guess he's
Yeah, bro. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, man. Peace. Yeah, I passed, bro. I passed.
congratulations. I told you he's gonna pass.
I got a
Congratulations, bro.
90%. I was fast by the skin of my teeth because you had to get a 90. I ended up getting like 5 questions wrong, so each question was like 2 points, and it was 50 questions. So yeah, I've made it. I missed just enough, and answered just enough to not fail. You know what I mean?
But
So.
the key is you pass. That's the
But like
key.
you said, you knew I would pass.
Yeah, congratulations, bro. You sound happy too, bro. I'm happy and I'm glad for you.
Yeah, it's a weight lifted off of me because I'm like, yo, if I don't pass this, it's like it's gonna suck. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
But you
But
know what? A lot of people in the class, I didn't know that. She said that we got 3 tries too, also to pass.
well,
So,
that's good. Well, that's
I
good. You
passed
made
on
it the
my first
first
time.
time.
Yeah, I passed on the first time, but it was a lot of people who had to take it over and still had to take it. They actually got to get permission from the company to take it a third time. But like, yeah, a few people had to actually retake it. So, like you said, I felt that studying I did, listening to you and everything like that, it paid off.
That's
So
good, bro. I'm
yeah,
glad, bro. I'm happy for you. And now, like we were saying yesterday, now you can start making. And you know what? I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm glad now that means you're going to be able to make the money by the sweat of your brow and by the work of your hands. See,
right.
now just before you came on, as I was praying, I was just looking at MTR on YouTube on YouTube just before I got started here as I was setting everything up. And they was talking about the shutdown. Now we had a lot of women talking about they're talking about they're gonna be looting, they're gonna be going in, they're gonna snatch and grab, and they go in there and they're gonna be taking from the stores. And the brother from MTR, he was saying they're not talking about accountability. They're not talking about getting a job. They're not talking about taking care of them. They're so busy on handouts. And this is the problem.
Oh, you talking about the Cause I kind of, you know what, that was in the back of, like, I seen it, but I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. But yeah, like they said something about the food stamps is getting cut off or something next month or something like that.
They were saying about the quote unquote government
Because
shutdown.
of the government shutdown. Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah,
even
it's
though
affecting a lot of sectors in life because I even see something at the work, for my job. They said something about how, because remember I told you we dealing with Medicaid and dealing with signing people up for the state enrollment program for insurance, health insurance. And they were saying how like it will affect, the government shutdown. I didn't get into reading the email, but I need to, how it's going to affect the programs and sort of way. So yeah, like you said, it's affecting a lot of people. But you know what? Now I'm making the connection to what you're saying. Yeah,
Now,
but I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish saying though about how, like you said, these women is going online and talking about they're gonna just be looting and just, yeah, it's crazy.
but now
I was
this is
watching
what
some
my
guy the other
conversation is
day. His
going to
name
be
was
about tonight.
Darius H, and he was talking about how, like you said, the entitlement. A lot of these women they go and have a bunch of kids, knowing that they're gonna
I
get,
was going to get to that.
thousands
Come
of
on, you bringing
dollars.
it out. Come on with it. Come on with it.
Yeah, they get. Yeah, it's a guy named Darius H. There's other guys too, but like him, I
Many
was
of them.
particular. Huh?
Many of them. Many
Yeah, there's
people
many
talking
of
about
them
this
who go in
situation.
on this topic, but like, yeah, he was just showing like video after video of girls like bragging. Like one chick was bragging how she's a professional. She was making fun of people. She's like, y'all go at work to pay my tax. Y'all pay y'all taxes so y'all can support me. She's like, I ain't never getting a job. Like she's like, I'm a professional, something like as far as like working the system, like welfare looter. She's like, why would I go get a job when I could just sit in the home and get up when I
Exactly.
want to? Da, 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 da. Yeah, and this wasn't a black chick. This was like some like
I
like
seen
she
that. Matter of
a
fact, bro. Matter
Spanish.
of fact, I just turned it off on MTI. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that clip and I'm gonna put it in the post. I'm gonna take that same clip. I'm gonna put it in the post so people can actually see what MTI just shared. Now I don't know, babe. I don't know where you
But
heard
they
yours
showed this
from.
girl like she was a black chick. She was inside like a Walmart, and the lady was telling her at the counter, at the register, like, "Yo, the your card is declining," and she was like, "Oh, y'all not gonna let me? Y'all just gonna watch me starve? Like y'all ain't gonna give me no da 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 da." Like she knew her card wasn't working, or I don't know if she just had found out at that point, but like yeah, they was declining her, and she was just like, like I got kids, and he was talking about how like a lot of these women they go and have kids just by these dudes who irresponsible as well. They go and have a baby with them, and these dudes is like they not helping out, and then they
But check it
homeless
out,
too.
bro. Check it out. Check this out. It's not just the irresponsible dudes. It's the women having babies by
Nah, they
these dudes.
irresponsible too, because like you said,
That's what I'm saying. It's the
yeah, it
women
takes
who
both.
have a baby by these men, and then they have a baby by men that want to take care of their children, and they just want to go and get welfare from. And to me,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
one chick
tell the
was like,
truth.
she got 14 baby daddies. I'm like, y'all, I thought she was just, I think some of these people is just doing it just to go viral, just to get what do they call it? They say when you just leave a comment and it's called rage baiting. Some of this stuff is just rage bait where I think they
Well,
just making
well, well,
outlandish
well,
stuff up.
whether it is or not, bro, I
Yeah.
do know coming up that it was a lot of females just having babies to get the checks.
Yeah, and they done passed that down. She said, and I'm gonna teach remember the one girl, she was saying I'm a professional, this is what I do professional. I ain't never getting a job. She said, and I'm gonna teach my kids to do this.
See,
Yeah, she said that. Like, so like you said, it becomes generational. Like you
it's time
said,
out.
the aunties pass it to the nieces and the daughters and the other
It's time
family.
out. It's time out. There's prophecy happening right now. This is what I've been telling everybody. Prophecy is happening after 2020, after the 400 years, 1619 to 2019 was the 400 years that we was going through. We was gonna go through. Then he said in Genesis, let me get it together. I'm going to break this down with y'all right now. An understanding of where we are today. I'm going to break it down and give you the understanding of everything in the situation of where we are today. And it's way back in Genesis 15. Genesis 15, starting at verse 12 through 14. 12 through 14 is the prophecy of what's going on right now. And then I'm going to take you to Isaiah chapter 3, going into chapter 4. I'm going to give you understanding of where we at today according to prophecy. See, a lot of people look at the Bible, oh, the white man this and the white man that and this, that. They don't know scripture. They don't know what prophecy is. The Father has told Israel the thing that was going to come to pass. We didn't know how it was going to come to pass. We didn't know in the way it was going to come to pass. But if the Father says it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And where we at right now? Genesis chapter 15. Follow me and check me out. Don't check me out, check the word out. Genesis 15, we're going to start at verse 12. And then I'm going to break it down for you as we go. Might as well get ready for Isaiah chapter 60, because that's getting ready to come up in a few seconds. I'm going to give you understanding to where we are today in all this. Isaiah 60, just hold that. My baby is coming loose, though. My book is, here we go, 57, 60 right here. Okay. Genesis chapter 15, verse 12. Right? We're going to start right here. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 7. I'm starting at 7, going to take it to 14. Right? Prophecy of Israel's bondage. Prophecy of Israel, who we are as a people, bondage. That's what my heading is. It goes like this, verse 7. And he said unto him, and who? The Creator said unto Abraham, I am Yah that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldeans, brought Abraham out of Ur of the Chaldeans, to give thee this land to inherit it. Wherever this land was, whether it's over there, what they call Jerusalem, or in the land over there, or whether if it's over here. We don't know today because a lot of things have been changed. But let's see what the story says. Verse 8. And he said, Yah whereby, and who said? Abraham said, Yah, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? How am I going to know I'm going to inherit this land, whichever land it is? Me, I'm going to say it's the earth itself. I'm just going to say the earth itself, because the Father has made us the kingdom of priests. Once you go into scripture, and I've shared that. But verse 9. And he said unto him, and the Creator said unto him, he. We got to understand who the he's are. And the Creator said unto him, which was Abram, should I say at the time it was Abram, take me a heifer of 3 years old, which is a sheep, a cow, a female cow. A heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat, a female goat of 3 years old, and a ram, which is a ram is a billy goat. Not a goat. I think a ram is a sheep. A ram is a sheep with a horn, a male sheep of 3 years old, and a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. There's 5 different things. Verse 10. And he took unto him all these and divided them in the midst, and the lad. Verse 10 again. And he took unto him all these and divided them in the midst, I mean down the middle, and laid each piece one against another. But the birds divided he not. He didn't divide the birds, but he divided the heifer, the she-goat, and the ram. The turtle dove and the pigeon, he did the pigeon, a turtle dove and a pigeon, he didn't divide. And he said, and he took unto them all these, and he divided them, which he cut them down the middle, in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. Now, let's understand. If you go back and read, you'll see that this happened from the early morning and in the beginning of the day. As the rising of the sun, he did this. I'm going to show you something. At the rising of the sun, he was doing this, right? The vision came to him very early in the rising of the morning. The vision came to him at this time. But it was told to him to do it, so this is what he did. So, verse 11, verse 10, and he took them all these and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another, but the birds divided he not. Verse 11, and when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, the dead, the pieces, Abram drove them away. Now, when the birds would come down, he drove them away. This was all in the rising of the day, the rising of the sun. This is in the morning. This was happening, right? Check it out. And when the fowls came down, the carcasses came down upon the carcasses, Abram drove them away. Check this out, verse 12. And when the sun was going down, now we're at noon. Now the sun is starting to go down. A lot of people see sun going down, they think it's dark. They think it's at the evening, late evening, should I say. The beginning of the evening starts at 12 noon or at noonday. That's when the sun starts to going down. And it says, verse 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. How many of y'all fell asleep in the middle of the day, in a deep sleep in the middle of the day? And I have plenty of times. Do it on the Sabbath sometime. My baby came home yesterday, fell asleep, deep sleep, and then she sleep almost until after I got done with my my broadcast yesterday, even long before I did it. She was in a deep sleep yesterday during the day. Woke up at night though, but during the day is when she fell in a deep sleep. But again, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And guess what that horror of great darkness was? That was talking about what happened in this day and time in Isaiah 60, 1 through 5, but 1, 2, and 3. I might go through 5, it all depends. But let me break this down for you real quick. Isaiah 60 and 1 says, this is the future glory of Zion, which is the future glory of Israel. We are Zion. Arise, shine, arise, shine. Not arise and shine, it's arise, shine as a people. That was us in the time in the South. They used to call us shine in back in the days. I found this information out when I was in Mississippi. When I went to Mississippi and found out how the slave masters did, and they said, come and shine, let me rub your head, give me some good luck. Shine, pickaninny, all these bywords and proverbs we was called by. But shine was one of them. Now, it says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yah is risen upon thee. It's talking about risen upon us as the people. For behold, this is the great darkness right here. Verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. This is your Greek and Roman Empire. And they've changed everything. That's why Christianity is so prevalent today, and Muslim, or shall I say, the Muslim way of life. That was still all of it was made under Christianity or under the Roman Empire. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Right here. The people are gross darkness right here. This is where Abraham, that's the horror of great darkness fell over Abram. Before his name was Abraham's Abram. But Yah shall rise upon thee, which is the spirit of our Father, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. The spirit and the glory is the spirit and the law. The law is the law is within the spirit, because the spirit gonna be within us, but the law is spirit and the law is truth. As you study the law, the spirit of Yah come upon you, because Yah's word is spirit and Yah's word is law. And this is what people fail to realize. This is the reason why the spirit, the spirit is, but this is the reason why the law is his name, the third commandment. Thou shalt not take the law, which is his name, in vain. But it still go over a lot of people's head. A lot of people don't get it. You will one day. Verse 3. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light. You see that? The Gentiles is going to, any other nation other than Israel is a Gentile. And they're going to come to our light, which is the law. And kings to the brightness of our rising. Right? So I just wanted to get that real quick. I could go down to 4 and 5, but I ain't going to go there right now, because I'm just going to go to this point to show you where we at today. So, but all this is still, let me go ahead and read on down to 5. Verse 4. Lift up thine eyes round about. Lift up your eyes round about. And see, all they gather themselves together. All those people who gather themselves together. They come to us. Thee. They come to thee. They come into us. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. They're going to be coming to us to learn. So people don't understand. This is the awoken that he's talking about. Arise, shine. Shine is Israel, but we're going to be the awoken. The awoken, you got to look at 3 aspects here. It's 3 aspects. You got dead Israel, which is called Jacob. You got Israel who has been awoken, and you got the preserved. The preserved is the ones that's mainly talking about. Many gonna come to our rising. That's the preserved of Israel. You got the awoken Israel, and then you got the ones who's doing his will, which is the prophets and his servants. They're going to be the ones that's going to be awakening the people, right? Whether you get it or not. Verse 3. And the Gentiles, and the Gentiles is going to be of those that's going to come later, amongst the ones that's going to be awakened later. Lift up thine eyes, okay, lift up thine eyes round about, verse 4, and see, all they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. 5 and last verse for the moment. Then thou shalt see and flow together. We're going to all see and we're going to flow together, Gentiles and Israel, as we grow. Not all together at one time. It's coming slowly but surely. It ain't gonna, everybody ain't gonna get it at once. It's not gonna work like that. And that's what people fail to realize. They think all Israel gonna work up at one time. It's a lot of people right now waking up to stuff that I knew 20 years ago. All kinds of stuff is happening today. And it's gonna continue to happen. But the key is what I'm trying to get you to understand is what I'm giving to you in the prophecy of Genesis 15. I'm about to get back to that as soon as I get to 5. Then thou shalt see and flow together. We all gonna flow together, and thine heart shall fear. First, they're gonna fear because they're gonna see and understand that they're going against the law. You're gonna fear at first, but what's gonna happen after the fear? And then you're gonna be enlarged because why? Now you're starting to keep the law. Now you're gonna start to see the lies. Now your eyes, the veil is gonna come off from over your eyes, and you're gonna start being able to see. And I'm one who's sharing the information, not the only one. But I'm one who is doing it. Because the abundance of the sea, I like to say the sea of people, shall be converted unto thee. The sea of people, the masses of people going to be converted unto us. Not one person, but many of us that's sharing the true word of Yah. They're going to be converted, not to us in general, but into his word, into the spirit. The spirit is upon us. And just like when the Creator put Moses amongst the 70 elders and took the spirit off Moses and put it on those 70 elders, that's no different than to us that's teaching the word and sharing the word. It's going to be from our learning and our information. We're going to be sharing it with whoever that picks it up. That's what it is. That's how the spirit is going to be spread. Because the knowledge you're going to get, the Father's going to give you individual information to understand it, and another person's going to grab that information and understand the way you're understanding. No different than the way I learned from Rabbi R. Divine, Rabbi R. Divine, Minister Dixon, Brother Herman Taylor, Joseph, and my brother Robinson. My brother Robinson, it hit me today. Got the first name, but Robinson, I knew something Robinson, Brother Robinson at Shalom, and then learning from Brother Elisha out of Cincinnati, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people that I've learned from. I've learned information from many people. So the information I put together like a puzzle to understand what I come to know. But the end of 5 again. Then thou shalt see and fear together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea, which is the sea of people, shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentile, the forces. What forces are we talking about? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine. All these things is going to come unto thee. It says the forces of Gentiles shall come unto thee. The forces. Not only that, the government. They're going to start converting to our way of life because time is now. Time is now. Time is now to awaken. Time is now to wake up out of the sleep that we have been in because time is at hand, and I'm about to break it down to you. So I showed you this mainly to let you understand verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and great gross darkness the people. But Yah shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And this is in this Genesis 15. So, as I was saying in verse 12, it says, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. That what we just read in 60 of Isaiah chapter 60, and that's the reason why we are asleep today. The horror of great darkness is the great darkness that we are in today, caused by way of the Greek and the Roman Empire that has taken over the world, and the world don't even know it. But let's keep it moving. Verse 13. And he said unto Abram, who? The Creator said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. What does it mean in a land that's not theirs? The jurisdiction of the land that people are on today. This land, this earth is ours because it was given to us by Yah. But the land on top, the government that's in charge, is the land, the ones over the land at this point in time. Until you come into your knowledge of who you are, they are in charge. They are in charge. They're in charge of the highways and the byways, the street lights and the lamps and all the other stuff. They're in charge of that stuff. And you are in servitude, being servants as citizens. If you're a citizen, you're a servant and you're a slave to the Roman Empire. Layman terms, break it all the way down to the lowest level. The Roman Empire, if you're a citizen, you're a slave. That's it. Citizen means slave, sovereign means free. Some people don't want to call themselves sovereign because of the name. Sovereign only means free. That's all sovereign means. So you're either free or you're a slave. And break it down. This is where you at. This is the sovereign people in verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve slaves, citizens, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Now, 400 years on record. Now, it might be a little longer, but according to record, 1619, August 1619 or August 2019 was 400 years. That was 400 years. 1619 to 2019. What happened in 2020? What happened in 2020? Worldwide. Verse 14. Now here we go. Say, shall afflict them 400 years. Verse 14. And also that nation, what nation? Over the world. The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire is the nation over the world in charge today. Under Second Rome. The first Rome was under Caesars. Second Rome is under the Pope, the Queen, and the complex of England. All of them working together simultaneously. Church and state. Still Roman Empire. And also, verse 14 again, Genesis 15, verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Who gonna judge? The Creator gonna judge them. He judged them by the coronavirus. And how do I know it was his judgment? Ezekiel chapter 14, starting at verse 12. Starting at verse 12 through 23, but let me just give you 22, I believe it is. Just let you have the understanding of Ezekiel 14, 22 is going to give you understanding, but read it from 12. Read it from 12 to 23. And this baby right here just coming apart. I'm not ready to get a new Bible just yet. Ezekiel 14, here we go. I'm just going to say 20 and 21. Check it out. Ezekiel 14, verse 20 and 21 states, I thought it was 22, but 20 and 21 is the keys. You have three examples here. 3 examples of the righteous. Everything else is of the wicked, other than this. What's going to happen to them from the 4 judgments. Verse 20 said, though Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it, as I live, saith Yah, they shall deliver neither son nor daughter, but they shall be delivered. They shall but deliver their own souls by their righteousness. You can't save nobody but yourself. You can teach, share, and give them the information, but it's up to them to do for themselves. If you ain't doing it, oh, okay, I know this person over there. They ain't got nothing to do with you. If you sinning, if you ain't doing according to the law, which is sin, I don't care how you look at it. Everybody got their own philosophies today. But the law, the word from the mouth of Yah is law. Blessing or the curse, whatever side you want to be on. I'm not talking about by the words of men. They may give you a good philosophy in the New Testament, but the Father's voice is in the first 5 books and through his prophets, like it's going on right now. They shall but deliver their own souls by their righteousness. Verse 21 is the key I'm talking about, which is the judgment. For thus saith Yah, say it again, when the prophets speak in my name, for thus saith Yah. How much more when I send my 4 sword judgments upon Jerusalem, which is Israel, which is all over the world, which is where we are. Upon Jerusalem, the sword, which is the armies, and the famine, and the noisome beast, and the pestilence. Now, the famine is when you don't have any food. Locusts come, eat up your food. But the pestilence was the coronavirus. The pestilence was the coronavirus that the Father judged the world by in 2020. That was the pestilence of today. A lot of people don't get it. They don't have no understanding. I'm trying to give it to you, but it's up to you to accept it or reject it. So when it says in 14, and also that nation, which is the Roman Empire, whom they shall serve, will I judge. He judged it by the pestilence, which is coronavirus, right? And then he turned around, not he, but the so-called government turned around and did the mark of the beast, which is the jab. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They talking about the jab. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. That was the mark in your body. A lot of people trying to say, oh, it's the phone. The phone is the mark of the beast. No, that mark was placed inside your body to change your DNA, whether y'all get that or not. Whether y'all get that or not. So that jab was actually the mark. The phone is not a mark. It's a chip, but it's not a mark inside your body. And there's certain points that they talk about the forehead that they've got little chips that they've been putting in people's under the skin in their foreheads as well. So there's a lot of things going on that the people don't know about. But again, verse 14, and also that nation whom they shall serve, which is the Roman Empire, will I judge. That's what's going on with these women today. They don't even realize that they are, when they talk about the enmity in Genesis chapter 3, it's talking about today. It's talking about the seed of the woman. The woman's seed is the women that with the children of today. The woman is the one who's getting paid off the system from what? The children. People can't see it. If you understand prophecy, you can understand. See, a lot of people looking at that and looking at back then. The Father seen everything from beginning to end, Genesis 1:1. When it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He's seen everything in that first verse. Everything is spiritual, verse 1 through 5. That's all spiritual. But I'm not going to go through that right now. But I'm just letting y'all know that Genesis 1 through 5 is all spiritual. But a lot of people can't see it because their mind is physical. So let me just go ahead and get through with this point of the story right now. To give y'all an understanding why this government shut down and everything is happening the way that it's happening. But the people can't see it. But y'all can be just like how they said about Kevin Samuels and talked about, and not to me, Kevin Samuel was Isaiah the prophet The last in 4, verse 4, 5, and 6. Elijah the prophet, should I say. To me, that was Kevin Samuel. He the one who sparked the world with men standing up. And I've been saying that for the longest. Kevin Samuel was the one who stood up, and just put, even though a lot of us been saying it, but he was the one out there promoting it, placing it, and letting people see things in a different manner. And this is why people start standing up, mostly talking about it, and this is when men started to stand back up and started speaking up and speaking out. You know? So, again, verse 14, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And right here we said, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Guess what that great substance is? See, this is afterwards. Now, I don't know how long afterwards is going to be, but see, it's a process of time. Things have to happen. You had the 400 years. Now, 2020, up until this point in time, we've had the judgment. We had the virus, or the pestilence, we could say, which was the virus, and then we had the mark of the beast. But if you know his Revelation, it talks about many people who didn't get the mark. Talks about many that didn't get the mark. But as it goes on, it talks about those who received the mark, things that's going to happen, and certain things that's going to end up happening. Why? Because they trust the government. They trust the Roman Empire. They trust them more than they trust the Creator. So, that 14 again says, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards, which is your Q-sips, which is your riches that's already waiting for you. In the scriptures, it says that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. Every one of y'all are rich. Every one of y'all are wealthy, but you just don't know how to access it. All the benefits that you're supposed to be getting from the government, the benefit that you're supposed to be getting, you have to know how to go about getting it. See, the free way y'all getting it, remember the government has been the fiduciary. If y'all don't understand, just give you something in a point that y'all may need to learn. Fiduciary is like a parent. They're handing out you whatever you're getting, whatever SSI, checks, SSI, food stamps, insurance. All this stuff is coming from your account already. And my baby, she has information that I would like for her to break down, because she can probably break this down better than I can. But the whole point of reading the shutdown is because of the Democrats. But everybody trying to look at Trump. But it's because of the Democrats. My baby, she can break this down a little bit better than I can on that. Baby, if you got time, if you hear me, I'd like for you to do that. She back there in the room. Democrat. Yeah, because of the Democrats. This is the reason why the real shutdown is going on. And my baby, she can break that down better, a little bit better than I can. But a lot of people looking at Trump because he's in office and got things going. But it's all part of prophecy. It's all a part of prophecy. The fact that the immigrants is being sent back home. The Father said that all people gonna end up going back to their own land. The scripture don't say how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. That's happening. And you got to understand, everything has to be put back in order. If Kamala would have got it in office, which a lot of people was ignoring, and I'm a watchman. I'm not for or against. I'm a watchman. I sit back, I watch, and I see what's going on. So the fact that Trump said it's only two genders, male or female. You got all the people talking about somewhere, identify this, identify that, and this and that. That Creator didn't make all that. This is how come the world is in hell now. And they were told to me when I was in Germany, well, go to hell then, not realizing this is hell what I'm living in right now. And I come to see it for what it really is. This is hell. And y'all living in it and y'all so immune to it, you can't even see it. Y'all wouldn't even understand heaven if it kissed you in the face. Because heaven is bliss, beautiful. Everybody living amongst each other and doing things together and working as one. But today you don't have that. It's either against each other, hating each other, want something, robbing, stealing. That's hell. And y'all can't even see it. We got people right now talking about, well, if I can't get this, nothing, I'm going in, I'm taking it, I'm doing. They ain't trying to work for themselves. The women that can have a man, that could have a man, they'd rather look for Satan, the one that whisper in your ear. Satan whisper in your ear. Told Eve what? That fruit. How did he say it? How he say it in Genesis? That fruit. In fact, let me give it to you real quick. I'm just gonna give it to you when the snake snuck. All the snake did is put it in her ear, and that's all. And that's all that this government did to these women. Now y'all hanging by a thread, and I'm just straight up. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people hate me being straight, but I'm just straight up. Now let me give you right here. I'm gonna read 1 through 6. Genesis chapter 3, 1 through 6. It states, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which Yah had made, and he said unto the woman, Yea, have Yah said ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?" See, now he bringing in, this is the man, this is the people outside the household of the husband of these women today. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. Verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yah said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, yet lest ye die. That's just like your husband talking to your wife. The husband, okay, sister, okay, woman, okay, wife, don't do this and don't do that. We're going to try to make this happen. We're going to do this. But she going to do what she want to do. Some man coming and whispering in her ear, telling her, well, no, you don't have to do it like that. You can do it. How many women that y'all know of today that know a husband that's been said certain things, well, then he'll change his mind. Well, that's what happened at the end of this point. He changed his mind to what she wanted to do because she persuaded him to do it. But he didn't stand on his ground. I done got ahead of myself, but the point is that how many women will come, and y'all can get mad or not, I'm just being straight up with you. Y'all can accept it or reject it. I'm going to tell you like it is. So, the woman, the snake spoke into the woman's ear, changed her mind from what her husband said. Her husband told her one thing, the snake come over here and told her something else, and then she going to do what? She contemplated. Let me finish up. Let me get down to verse 5 real quick to you. And then it said, the end of 3 said, and eat of it, neither ye should touch it, lest she die. Verse 4 says, Genesis 3, verse 4, and the serpent, the system, I'm still going to say the system, from Genesis to Revelations. The system is the serpent. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For Yah doeth know that in the day which ye eat thereof, in your eyes, say, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. That's just like somebody saying, you and your man, y'all equal. You and the man, y'all equal. But the man said the woman is a helpmeet to him. The Creator said the woman is a helpmeet to the man. She's a helpmeet to you. She's supposed to better you, truthfully. Men, we need comfort. We need help. We need someone in our ear to help us to see things so we can make a better decision. Sometimes they may see something we may not see. My wife helped me all the time. I give her props. But I get the last say. I get the last say. I say, okay, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. But a lot of times she got a good idea. I say, okay, cool. But then I say, nope, we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like that. And this is how we're going to do it. And that's just what it is. Period. She hear me too. I ain't talking under my breath. I ain't talking under my breath. I say what I mean what I say. That's men. Because men going to stand for their household. Your woman's supposed to have your back. So, what we get down to 5, what it says. No, we got the 5. For Yah doeth know that in the day that you eat thereof, in your say, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Now, verse 6. Now, check 6 out. This is your contemplation of the woman. Same thing with these women today. Oh, you can't have a man in the house. This happened back in the 60s and 70s. Can't have a man in the house. If you have a man in the house, you won't get your benefits taken from you. You ain't gonna be able to get welfare. You ain't gonna be able to get food stamps. Then you had the young ladies. They even had talks with the young lady. I don't need no man. We need a man for. We doing good without a man. Look where we at today. It's a perpetual situation. Perpetual. Keep happening because the Creator is making prophecy happen through Trump and through the system. Through Trump and through the system, the Creator is allowing prophecy to come forth as it should be. Let me finish up right here. Verse 6, what it says in verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree, see, when the woman saw, see, he got in her ear, now he gone. He ain't saying nothing now. That's just like, now, another example. That's just like a boss at a job. He see this woman. Now, the woman, she used to be at home. Now she's out working at a job. Got a husband. Got a husband at home. He working one job. She over at this plant or wherever she is over at this job. This boss sees this woman. Man, she fine. He ain't thinking about honoring her husband. She fine. I'm gonna go check her out. Almost remind you of David. On that one instant that happened with Uriah. You can look at it like that because it is what it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing. But I'm not talking about David. I'm talking about the system and what happened. And that was a flaw at that time. But the point is that he didn't do that. That was only one time he did that and had a man killed. People call that he was a murderer. He wasn't a murderer, but he had someone murdered. Blood was on his hand because of what he did. But that's another story. Right now, we talk about the serpent. We talk about the system and people of the system, which is men outside the household, whispering in your wife's ear, which is your woman's ear. So now, he done whispered in the ear. Verse 6 is your key. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes. How about women? They're good for seeing things pleasant to the eye. Oh, I can get money. I can do this. I can get a house. I can do this and do this and do this and do that. See what I'm saying? Pleasant to the eyes. And a tree to be desired to make one wise. A lot of women think money is the wise thing today. Oh, Lord, I get the money, I get the bag, this and that. Open their legs, make themselves whores. Boy, I'm about to get busy tonight. There's some things I wanted to talk on tonight. And that's compared to, there's some things on both. And it's all about not only the government shutdown, just the way people think. But it's all about the money. It's all about the money. You can't have two masters, mammon, which is money, or the creator. I'm going to ask you something in a few seconds. You about to run back to the back? I want to ask you about the reason of the shutdown. Is it because of Trump or is it because of the Democrats? From what you remember sharing with me and from what you come to know. Well, honey, I can't hear you, baby. You know the people got to hear you. Can you? Okay, talk loud then. I want to share this with you before I finish up with this verse 6 of Genesis 3. Come on, baby.
Just me seeing and watching the information that I've been seeing is that the Democrats want the Republicans to keep a certain health care bill, and the Republicans are not going to keep the health care bill. They refuse to do it. They won't do it. They said it's a waste of taxpayers' money and all this other stuff. So they chose to axe the bill. And now the Democrats chose to not open
the It's the Democrats' point, the reason why the government ain't open.
They chose to not open they chose for the shutdown. That's the reason why the shutdown is
happening because of the Democrats.
Because Democrats won't release the vote to open the I don't know.
The funding. No.
They won't release the vote to keep the shutdown, keep the government open.
Okay.
That's what it's saying.
And that's what it. And you saying that Trump is holding his stand still.
He's standing on that bill as far as the healthcare is. It's just about healthcare, and the Democrats don't want him to do away with the Affordable Healthcare Act or whatever it's called.
Do you know the reason why?
Because of the what do you call those?
The benefits?
Yeah, the payments that you have to pay on the Affordable Healthcare Act is high.
Now tell me what you know about it for facts that you know for yourself.
Because in order for me to get things done, or like surgeries or whatever it may happen, outpatient surgery, you have to, in order for me not to have to pay for it, I have to I have to pay a $10,000
deductible. $10,000 deductible for a worker.
Outpatient surgery. So you're going to be coming out of your pocket with most of this money. If the surgery is if it's outpatient and just for the surgery is $1,500, not to mention the other stuff that comes along with it, you got to pay a deductible of that. You got to pay a deductible, and the deductible for me is $10,000.
And she's telling you facts from her and her job.
So the whole thing is, they're saying that they would do another healthcare that's more affordable
for the people.
And the Democrats is like, no, we want to keep the one that we have. And so they are arguing over that, and the Democrats, for the fact of them not being able to keep or the Republicans not voting for that Health Care Act, they are upset about it, and so they voted. They did not vote. They allowed the government to
shut down. Now, who was the cause of that act?
Who was the cause?
The act and that bill, that act, in order for it to be the way it does, for the deductible to be so high. Who was the cause of that?
Well, that is the insurance that Obama.
That's the Obama.
That Obama put out, and they call it Obamacare.
You got it now? Y'all hear? She's in the work field. I'm not. I'm an entrepreneur. She's in the work field. She's in the workforce, so she's telling you facts from what she knows. You see what I'm saying? I like to go with facts. She's telling you what she knows because this is her experience. My wife. All right? So now I'm just giving you an understanding. So a lot of people don't know what they talk about. They just hear and run with whatever they're hearing. She's telling you what she knows. That's why I had her speak on it. A lot of people don't do their research. Y'all quick to go by what you hear and go by hearsay. And what is that? That's breaking the 9th commandment. Bearing false witness. That's exactly what y'all doing, and y'all don't even realize it. But let's get back to Genesis chapter 3, verse 6. Again, it states, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise. See that? All that this woman, that's what women do today. They do the same thing today, thinking they're getting over instead of working with their husband, working with their man, working with their family. I want to be happy. She's going to leave her family to go out and be in the world. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her. And not talking about with her right there. Because they said, woman, put that down. But when she did, she wasn't with him. She was with her husband. 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 She was with her hus She was in the garden with him, but she wasn't right there. He wasn't right there with her. A lot of people read and they be way off and have no common sense on information that they're reading. And did eat and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. What she did was after she ate, she brought it to him and said, "Listen, look, I ate." She persuaded him, and that's what women do. Listen, when the Creator said that you shall leave your wife and leave your mother and your father and your mother, and cleave unto your wife, most men do that. Most men cleave unto most men. I'm not talking about boys. I'm not talking about these selfish guys and these players in the street. I'm talking about men. You see the difference? Just like we got women's, females, and hoes. Women, females, and hoes. 3 different ones. Right? So, and did eat and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Then what happened? Verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed them figly. Okay, so we know the rest of the story from that point on. But the point is, he knew he wasn't supposed to do it, but he gave in, and that'll be right here in the curse. But the beginning of the curse in verse 14, Genesis 3, verse 14 says, and Yah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed. The system is in charge because it's in charge at this point on the earth today. Above all cattle and above every beast of the field, upon thy belly, upon thy belly shalt thou go. And think about it. A little slickster is just like a snake. Coming in, whispering in people's ear, and then they gone. Leaving a residue for them to feed off of. That's the reason why our women are the way they are today. Not our women. Our females are the way they are today. Let me rephrase that. Our female, remember, y'all do remember, we have females made first, and then the Creator made a woman. See, the females was in the earth. A woman he made for Adam. Look at the difference. Oh yeah, I've been looking at it. I've been looking at it, and I've been getting an understanding to certain things as well. But I'm not coming straight off with it the way I see it yet. But I'm giving you an understanding right now, and then maybe you're going to end up looking at what I'm seeing and understand what I'm saying as well. But the point I'm getting at is that females is this right here. It says, it's coming to the female, but it says, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. This is talking about the snake, the system, people that are, shall we say, low vibration, right? Verse 15, and Yah will put enmity between thee and the woman. Enmity. This is where we at today. The enmity right now, see, right now the women is getting ready to get whooped by the same snake that had her in charge, had her thinking, I am woman, see me roar. Ain't that how y'all do? Y'all men ain't this. Y'all men ain't that. Y'all ain't this. Y'all ain't that. That is what. Just talking. Now it's at the point now. Men they don't hardly go out too much no more. They ain't dealing with the women and they shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. See, his seed, which is these children that the woman has raised in the system. That's that seed. The woman's seed is the woman with the man. See, she's a woman with a husband. That's why she's a woman. See, the woman, remember I said female and woman? See, the woman is with her husband. They have a seed because they raise their children to be a certain type of way. But the female, this is the seed that's out there that's teaching their children to do the certain things that they're doing. We got a lot of guys that act like women because they're raised without a father or a male figure. Look at the difference. Once you see the difference, you can see the difference between a female and a woman. And yes, both words are in the scriptures. Female is in chapter 1. Woman is in chapter, wait a minute, hold on, in chapter 2. Yep. The woman was made from the rib. The female was made from the ground. When he made woman, when he made male and female, when he made male, he made female, created he them. Created he him, created he them. I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm not going off into that, but I will let you know that the word female and woman was in two different points of views, two different areas. So a female, what the Creator saw, is the women of the streets. Women out here doing their stuff and they ain't got no husband and getting paid and doing the stuff that they're going through right now today. That's a female. A woman is one that stay with her man, building her family and things like that, and she respects the man and she honors the Creator. That's a woman. But this woman right here, who ended up turning into a female, which was Eve. That's why, wait a minute, let me go on down here a little bit, and then that's the reason why I talk about who Eve was. That's why the word woman went to Eve. And I'm going to tell you the truth. To me, Eve is short for evil. Eve is short for evil because he didn't give her the name until that time. But let's keep it going down a little bit in chapter 3. I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. See, the woman had the child. And the way she raised him, it either be the seed of Satan or the seed of the Creator doing the will of Yah by keeping the law and doing the things they're supposed to do in respect of the law. Even if they didn't know the law, respect them. Respect that she have a man that she respecting to raise her children with her husband. With understanding. And unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow shalt thou bring forth children. And that's with all of them. And to the woman he said, yup, he shall bring forth children. And thy desire shall be to thy husband. See, this is the woman. My woman's desire is towards me. She ain't out there in the streets. She done went through her situation when she was young. We go through situations. That's another thing I want to share with the Cam situation. Cam going through his thing, Cam Newton. Everybody trying to get on him because he's doing right by himself. And that's only if he's not making these women and he's being with these whores. I ain't gonna say being with them. I'm just gonna say he's not making these women whores. Now, if he got these babies by these women, 3, 4, whoever, if he got them, he take care of them. No different to like I see Nick Cannon. If he with these women, he's taking care of them, and he's with these children. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Everybody else is being converted to the Roman way of life, which is the satanic system's way of life. Go to the scripture and see where they say you have to go to a man to get married. To go to a system to get married. You won't find that in the scriptures. So a lot of y'all have adapted to the Romans' way of life, and y'all have adapted to their way because this is the punishment. That was the 400 years, and this was the punishment that we was under. So you got a lot of people practicing, as we call it, a name that we put to it, or the people put to it, polygamy. Now, polygyny and all that other stuff, that's out the window as far as I'm concerned. I'm going by what the scriptures say and what the examples of the scriptures are. A lot of people want to sit up here and go with their own mind about stuff against what the Creator said and what the Creator has allowed. Have you ever heard of the word acquiesce? Have you ever heard of the word acquiesce? When you acquiesce, you agree. When the point of divorcement was made with Moses, you ain't hear Creator say, no, you can't do that. Anything in the law, and it was allowed, the Creator allowed it, is law. Whether it said, thus said the Lord, or thus said Yah, or not. If it didn't, the Creator would speak against it. He never spoke against a man having more than one wife. He did speak that if you have a king, you should not multiply your wife like Solomon did. But a lot of y'all don't even know Solomon's story. A lot of y'all talking, y'all don't even know his story. Y'all talk and y'all going by what you think. You don't know his story. And the reason why he had all those wives, y'all don't know it. Unless it's in the Songs of Solomon, something I haven't read before. I read some of it, but I haven't read all of the Songs of Solomon yet. But this is stuff people don't know. But y'all go by what y'all bearing false witness of stuff y'all don't know nothing about. Y'all quick to speak about stuff you don't know nothing about. Going against the Creator's law that he spoke, one of the 10. But people quick to run their mouth. So, again, right over here, verse 17. And unto Adam now. Wait a minute, let me finish 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. And in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. When you got a husband, that's who your desire is supposed to be towards. Not listening to these other snakes out here in the street in the system. And he shall rule over thee. And rule don't mean the way that you're ruling, because a man, if he love you, he ain't gonna rule you like the way a lot of people think. That's the problem with people today. See, they look at a word and they take it out of context. It says when it says, yeah, he'll rule over you, but ruling doesn't mean being a slave. He's your head. That's what the rule means in this instance, or what it means here. He's your head. And he ain't gonna, if you supposed to be one flesh, he ain't gonna do the, am I gonna cut my arm because I want to, or am I gonna try to, if something happened to my arm, I'm gonna bandage it up. One flesh means y'all together as one. A lot of y'all minds is corrupt. Y'all are Satan and don't even realize it. Oh, Satan this, Satan that. When you point the finger, you got 3 pointing back. Everybody that's talking about Satan, the system is Satan and you are Satan. The ones that's quick to talk negative, and the scriptures even prove it. Scriptures prove it. You speak negative, you're Satan. You Belial. You are the Satan. So again, now verse 17. And unto Adam he said, check this out, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife. You see that? See, he ain't saying we ain't supposed to listen to him, but you hearken, you heard her instead over me. You know what I said, but you listen to her. No different than the woman did with that Satan or that system or that snake. She listened to them instead of listening to her husband. It went down. Can y'all see how it trickled down? Can you see how it happened? It trickled down the same way. She went against her husband to go with the serpent. Man went against the Creator to go with his wife. And she persuaded him because you Creator love us. We love our wife. But we're supposed to listen to the Creator. She's supposed to follow us. We're supposed to follow the Creator according to his word and his law, which is his voice. So I mainly wanted you to see that point right there. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened, you heard and listened to the voice of thy wife, and has eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. You directly went against what I said. Cursed be the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. And that's the reason why we eat from the ground today, as well as from the words of Yah from the book and from the mind when he speaks to us. 19. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread till thou return unto the ground, for out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. I'm just going to leave it right there for now for that. So let's get back over here at 15 to have that better understanding of everybody talking about the government today. This is what they're talking about, and the reason why the shutdown is called prophecy has to happen. Things have to be set in order. The house has to be set in order. The kingdom has to be set in order. We got to set the kingdom back in order, but the Creator is starting right way starting from the ones who got everything in charge at this point in time, and up there in the so-called government, which is really a corporation. He's starting everything up and getting it together. Time is now. Time is here. It's up to y'all to get it together. As I was praying, it came to me talking about, and like I said, MTR, I'm gonna put that in the post. You know, and the key is, oh, I'm coming back now. I'm gonna get on the women part in part two. Now I'm going to Isaiah. I'm going to Isaiah in part two. So what I'm going to do. We already are in. So what I'm getting ready to do. We get ready to shut down part one. This was part one, and I don't know how the government the women and the government shut down. I guess the government shut down. No, the women in the government shut. That's what I'm gonna call it. The women and the government shut down. That's what I'm gonna call it. That's gonna be the call for tonight. The women and the government shutdown. Because I'm speaking on both of those tonight. And mainly what I'm talking about, what I just read out of Genesis 15, Genesis chapter 3, Isaiah 60, all that pertains to the system and to the women. Because the women now, they're ready to go. They're ready to go up in arms and talking about going out and stealing and stuff like that. Why? Because you depended on somebody who wasn't. You depended on those who the credit did not give you. The credit gave you man to depend on. You depend on the system. And there you go. Now you're getting what you deserve. Especially all y'all women that got y'all jobs and this and that. Y'all went to school. Y'all done got y'all degrees. Y'all done got this. Y'all done got that. Now, the government, now some of y'all may have good jobs or what have you. You don't know where that's going next. Y'all don't know what's happening. Y'all don't know what's coming, the way it's coming, but I can tell you what I see according to prophecy. Other than that, I will tell you this, that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1 to 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see, that Mikael is really me, whether you accept it or not. I don't care. I know who I am according to what I went through and what was shared to me, with me. So what I'm about to do, I'm going to pause Zoom. My brother G1, I'm about to pause you real quick. We're going to come back with part two of women and the government shutdown. That's what we're going to call it tonight. I'm going to pause you, and then we're going to let everybody know about the formalities, how to get in contact with me, or the platform what we'll be on, and how to get in contact and connect with me on those platforms. That's coming up. But right now, we're going to pause you, Zoom. We'll be right back. All right, we back with part two. This is part two of Mikael's knowledge of truth. This is Mikael's knowledge of truth, and we're here every quote unquote night after Monday, which is between Monday and Tuesday, after the day of Monday. And this which was Monday, was the 20th of, shall I say, October 20th, 2025. October 20th, 2025. Actually, I do believe that we just had a new moon, which was the dark moon, which was the new moon, which is the new month. And this was the blowing of the shofar for the second time, because me and my wife and my family, we're going to keep the Yom Kippur on the 29th and the 30th again this month. We did it last month because I don't know particularly when the beginning of the year started, whether if it was May 29th, March 29th, or April 27th, one or the other. So I'm keeping it both just to be sure that we're going to do it according to the Creator's will. So 9 days from now, we will be we'll be starting at noon on the 9th We start at noon on the fast until the end of the 10th day, which is the 30th. So the 29th and the 30th. The 29th at noon, we'll start our fast. And at the end of the 30th, we're going to stop our fast. So that's going to do our fast for the atonement. All right. We did it last month, and we're going to do it this month. So I don't see no harm in that, and trying to make sure that we're straight with the Creator, because a lot of things has happened, and I'm just trying to make sure I keep it up with the 13 months, whether if it's on or off. I just want to be correct. All right. But tonight is women and the government shutdown. Women and the so-called, I like to say so-called government shutdown, but women and the government shutdown. So this is part 2. This is the title of tonight of Mikhail's Knowledge of Truth, which we hear 9 p.m. Night after Monday, was the night after the day of Monday. So we're here. And pretty soon, y'all will understand when I call the days, the nights, and the ways I'm doing it. You're going to understand, because things has been changed, and that's the problem we just went out of. We just talked about the changing of the system and everything in part 1. In part 1, we started off as I was praying. It was in my mind about this government shutdown that a lot of people are talking about, right? And what I'm saying is that prophecy is happening right now. Prophecy is happening in many ways that people can't see because they're in it and they can't see it. It's like being in the whirlwind, but you don't know that the whirlwind is going on. Like they said, in the eye of a hurricane, right? It's so smooth and calm, but you're actually in the middle of it, not realizing it. That's what's going on right now with people not understanding prophecy. When Trump started sending people back to their homeland, their homeland, wherever they come. That's prophecy in scripture. Saying people be going back to their own land. That's prophecy. A lot of prophecy is happening today, right? That people don't even understand. That's one that Trump was actually doing. We could say it like that, but it's not Trump. It's the Creator, and Creator is making prophecy happen, but the people don't know because they're not with and of the Father to know His word as they should. No different than I was just sharing how the women has allowed the system, which is Satan, just like Eve did when in the beginning, allowed the system, which was Satan, get in her ear, and she went against her husband, which in turn went against the Creator, because the Creator told her husband, the husband told the wife, and the wife went against him. After the system, which is the snake, whispered in her ear, then she set up and she thought on herself to do it. She thought on herself to say, whoa, it makes me wise, and it helped me do this and help me do that. So she ate, and then she went and gave it to her husband, and the man, supposed to be the man, but yet still he was persuaded, because man does things for his wife. Not saying he's supposed to go against the word, but he did it. And that was the problem. So this is where the curse really comes down. I shared all that. So if y'all want to see more information on that, y'all can go to part 1, check out that information, how we're sharing that compared to where we are now. Now I want to get on the same situation with these women, and I put the information in the post now of MDR, talking about the women, talking about looting and stuff because of the government shutdown, because they won't be getting no food stamps and all the other stuff. How many of these women out here was talking about, they boss chicks? They got jobs, they got their career, they got this, they got that, and some of them just made a career out of having babies. Women out here just laying down with men just to get a baby so they can get a check. How many women been doing that? And that's been going on since I believe I was a child or I was a youngster. You know what I'm saying? When I say a child, I don't mean a baby, but these women has been getting checks from the system for almost as long as I can remember. And they think that it's owed to them, they're entitled to it. But look, the system has turned on you now. The system is Satan. Satan is the system. But y'all can't see that. Satan is the system, and the system now has turned on you because you thought the system was going to be there for you as long as you're kicking out these babies, getting these welfare checks, getting this Social Security, getting this what they call it every year, your taxes back, getting these taxes back. All these things y'all women have benefit. Now look how the benefit is fleeing from you. You know why? Prophecies have. Now let me get on that. Isaiah chapter 3. Now we're going to get on that. Isaiah chapter 3. See, y'all can't escape prophecy. That's why y'all need to get close to Yah. And how you get close to Yah? By getting close to your man that's of Yah, of the Creator, that's in the Creator. I ain't saying everybody has to be perfect, but it's about you getting to and where you're supposed to be when it comes to the Creator. There we go. I'm going to start off at verse 10 and 11 to give you some understanding, some inkling of what's happening. And this is not just for the men. This is mostly because it's coming into y'all women, right? Isaiah 3, verse 10 and 11. And we're going to break it like this. Verse 10 says, say ye to the righteous. Now, it doesn't make a difference who you woman, man, I don't want to say white and black. I like to say Caucasian, male, Caucasian or melanated, male or female, man or woman. Excuse me. It says, say ye to the righteous. And you can be any one of those that I just called, but you either righteous or you wicked. And verse 10 is talking about the righteous. It says, say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him. You see that? All y'all women out here that look for this government shutdown to happen. It shall be well with him or them, him or her, for they shall eat the fruit of their of your what? Of your doings. How many out there trying to do something? How many out there trying to be entrepreneur? How many y'all trying to be a virtuous woman? How many y'all women out there that's trying to do something productive? See, in that MDR, you're going to see one woman talking about something, well, I just lay back on my back and y'all, I get paid off the government after what y'all out there doing. No, actually it's coming out of your CUSIPs and the fund out of your social and out of your birth certificate, whether y'all know it or not. That's just a little sidebar I just wanted to put in there so y'all would know if y'all didn't know that. Valerie Rich, good to see you, sis. I ain't seen you in a minute. Glad to see you here, sis, over there on Instagram. And somebody on Facebook, but I can't see who you is, but you got on and got off, so it don't make a difference. But the point I'm getting at is facts. I like to give facts about what I'm talking about. So, as it says over in Isaiah, we're in part 2. This is Isaiah 3 and verse 10 says, say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of your doing. Whatever you're doing, you're going to eat the fruit of it. Women, men, male, female, righteous, wicked. What does it say in verse 11? Isaiah 3 and 11 says, woe unto the wicked. It doesn't make a difference what color you think you are, who you want to point the finger at, a person individually. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, her, him, or them, for the reward of his hand shall be given. All y'all women laying back there, open y'all legs, having babies, think y'all getting paid off the government? What's happening right now? What's going on right now? All these women saying back there, oh, I'm going to get paid off the government. They, like I said, when I was growing up, women were just laying down with me and having babies. Men want to be with the women. Oh, no, they're out there having fun. They're out there having fun. This is when I was growing up. I'm telling you what I know. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 children mothers, my oldest and my youngest. My oldest children have my 2 girls, and my youngest children that has a girl and a boy by me. You know what I'm saying? How they was. Now, I can't say they like that. I know one of them, I can't really say because I'm not in their face like that. But I know one of them, she's doing a little better. But both of them supposed to be doing a little better. But hold, all I'm saying is, when I was coming up, they didn't. I wanted to be with my children. That's why I ended up going to Germany, because playing games. The other one, we was together trying to raise both of them. And both of them had divorce in. They sick and going through certain situations. She started getting a check. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm just gonna leave it like that anyway. I'm the one who got the check to start coming through because there was a woman that I was going to the hospital all the time checking on my children. And it was a nurse or a doctor came to me, you can get help for your children. I said, really? I applied for it, never saw no check. I applied for it. When it started coming in, when she ended up getting it, she opened it up, looked at it. You did this and you did. And I still didn't understand what was going on. SSI check started. I said, well, what? You can have the check. You can get the check. I didn't even care nothing about it. Never saw it. Never knew how much money was coming to nothing. But she was getting something every month. Next thing you know, she gone. She wanted to make her move. That's to me, that was one of the real reasons why she wanted to make her move. She wanted to be free. She getting a check now. Of both my children. I say our children, but they my seed. So, of both my children. She getting a check now. Until she couldn't handle my son no more. Now he done grown up. She can't handle him no. I got him now, but it ain't about the check. My son with me all the time. So my whole thing is the system. She getting a check from the system. Nah, I'm not saying it's the system fault she left. Women and men, you have your own thought. You have your own, you can't blame nobody for the choices you make. Now, there are no men and women, no different when the system and that snake come whispering in your ear. What you do is on you. When you point the finger, you got 3 pointing back. So I don't care who you are, what you do. All these women now that's pointing the finger that's talking about the government shutdown. We ain't getting no this and that. We ain't getting no check. We ain't getting no food stamps. We ain't getting this. We ain't getting that. Whose fault is it? Huh? Whose fault is it? See, people love to point blame, but like I said, you got 3 pointing back. As far as I'm concerned, you got 6. And the way I look at it, the ethers. Everything comes from the ether and you pointing that way. But guess what? Everything you pointing that way, you got 3 pointing back at you. Everything is fault. You got to look at self first, self-awareness. And this is the problem today. That's why we're going into, that's why we Isaiah chapter 3 right now. So again, 10 and 11. Say unto the righteous that it shall be well with him, her or them, I like to say, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings, what you put your hands to, what you do. You go out there and work, what you done made happen, what you did. You're going to eat the fruit of your doings. But 11 says, woe unto the wicked. Now, y'all wicked people, sitting back being lazy, slothful. It talks about that in Proverbs chapter 6 and 7, I believe. 6, 7, 8 is the anointing spirit. But 6 and 7, and from 1 through 7, you might well just put from 1 through 7, I'm just going to put that out there like that. Y'all can go check them out for yourself. But 6 and 7 mainly just talks about the slothful, the lazy, and all this and that. But woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with them, him, or I like to say them, male or female, man, woman, wicked or righteous, for the reward of his hand shall be given. Whatever your reward is, you're going to get the reward of whatever it is you're doing. Y'all want to lay down on your back, think you get checked. Now you got to take care of all these children and then you ain't got no money coming in. That's where 4 and 1 come in there, but we're going to get there in a few minutes. See, this prophecy I'm giving y'all, I give prophecy. I show you what's going on today according to the book, according to prophecy. Oh, that's just religion. No, it ain't. No, this is law. That's the problem. People don't know it. So they sit back and they're going by what the world say. And they don't understand. This book is law. This book is spirit and it's truth. And it's also curse. This book is spirit, it's truth, and it's also curses. And the people can't see the curses. They live in the curse and they can't see it. That's the problem. This book is about curses. You're about to read it right now. Verse 12. What does 12 say? As for my people, who? The Creator's people, Israel, children are their oppressors. This is 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. What have we been going through? Huh? And like I'm going to still tell you right now, this is Kevin Samuel. Kevin Samuel stood up, and this is him. Malachi, I'm going to hit you with this real quick before I get back over here to 3 of Isaiah. Malachi 4. Malachi chapter 4. And I think we started verse 4. Yeah, we started verse 4. 4, 5, and 6. It says, remember ye the law of Moses, my servant. That's why in Jude it talks about the body of Moses. The body of Moses is the law, because the Father spoke through Moses to give the law. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel with the statutes and judgment, which is the law. He commanded Moses to give it to the people. What happened in verse 5? Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet. To me, that was Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels stood up in the time of the pandemic, around the time you're going to see about the curse that's going to hit the earth. This time, Kevin Samuels, he was already doing it, but he really came out when he hit, I think that when he said average at best, that's when he blew up then, but he was already doing it. So let's hit it again. Behold, I will send you Elijah. Who gonna do it? The Creator. I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yah. See, I've shared this in part 1. Is Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 12 through 23. Your key is the 20th and the 21st verse. The 4 sword judgments. When he says here, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yah. See, that was the great and dreadful day. That great and dreadful day was the virus that went around the earth. That was the plague, the pestilence that went around the earth. And then the second judgment right after that was the jab. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And they went around giving everybody this. When everybody, this show where you either love the Creator or you love the system. You love the Creator or you love the Roman Empire. You love the Creator or you love the serpent. Either or. Because a lot of people knew and understood that that jab wasn't caused for. It hadn't been tested, but they allowed them to put that in them to keep their job. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So you took that over your health. You let them insert stuff in your body over your health and over your being. That's the mark of the beast. The system is the beast. The system is Satan. The system is the beast. And I'll break all that down too. I can break all that and show you all in the book. Revelation 13 from 1 to 18. Yeah. I can break all that down and show you one point to the other. 2 parts of Rome, old Rome and new Rome. 1 through 10 is old Rome. 11 through 18 is new Rome. This whole, man, like I said, verse 5, Malachi 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming and the great and dreadful day of Yah. 6, and he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children. Isn't men coming back to the children in this day, especially when Kevin was standing up? And the way he was standing up, people took him wrong. He was mainly letting the women know that y'all think y'all 8s, 9s, and 10s. You just think you 8, 9s, and 10s. Just giving you in a way to see things in a different way, not in the way that they actually were seeing. And then he was just using financial gain as his platform to give you an understanding. He was mainly saying, well, what about the average man, the average worker? No, I want a 6-figure. I want this and I want that. Who is you to deserve that? Be glad with what you get. Because most of them is talking about what? What's going on right now? The welfare situation. Talking about going in. We ain't got no food. Why you ain't got no food? How come you don't know how to grow no food? I know y'all got land, y'all got houses, you can put plants in. I know you can do more than what you do, but you're lazy. And that's the problem. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And that's all knowledge, many different ways of having knowledge. But the problem is the people. Look at yourself, because if you point the finger, you got three pointing back. And I don't care who you are, man, women, boy, girl, whoever you are. 6 again, and then we're going to get back over here to Isaiah. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers. Lest I come, and this was the plague. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And that earth was what? The virus that happened in 2020. And I went in part one, and I broke down Genesis chapter 15 to show you that the 400 years from 1619 to 2019 and 2020 was the curse, was the judgment, was the pestilence, which was the plague. And then right after that came the virus. Not the virus, but the jab. Then it said, and afterwards they're going to come out with great substance. That substance is coming for those who choose to research and find out how to get it. The substance is there. It's up to you to do the research to find out how to get it. The substance is there, and matter of fact, it's coming to fruition. A lot of people, but you know what? A lot of people putting the cart in front of the horse. A lot of people is too busy looking for the money instead of getting free first. This is what I've been trying to share with you about getting free. But if y'all don't choose, I told the crib, brought me to the truth. I'll put the songs right and give it to the world. It's up to the world to accept it or reject it. Like somebody said something over here. Let me look over here on Instagram. Valerie Rich, hey sis, how you doing? Yep, I see me there, and I see my brother Bernard 66. What's up, B? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. But whichever one you steer, go and see one of y'all up. But I'm glad you're here, which one that you may be. But other than that, like I said, that is Malachi 4, verse 4 through 6. To me, that was the Elijah the prophet was Kevin Samuels. He had the world in that time. But before that time, he was already doing his thing. But when that time came, he was in it when he blew up. But hey, things happen where they happen. Now back at Isaiah 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, the Roman Empire, cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. Number one is funds. Everybody is looking for money instead of looking at how to build as a family. The women today, look at the women all on social media. It's all about the money. How many women talking about getting with a man and building with a man? No, it's all about the money. Women today one woman just came flat out and just said, I like laying on my back and getting paid off the money y'all do. I got 6 children by so many men. I got so many children by so many. It doesn't make a difference. The whole point, you can just lay yourself out there and just show who you are. See, everybody try, and let me get on Cam, not on Cam. Let me help Cam out. And I still give props to those men. Listen to what I'm saying. Those men who have more than one woman and they're taking care of their children, whether they're with the woman or not. Now, if they're with the woman and the woman want to be with, because the man, if you're laying down, let me set some stuff straight real quick. I'm not saying it's right to go out there and just sleep with women. I'm not saying that. Now, if anybody said I said it, you're lying and you're a false witness. What I'm saying is this. Nick Cannon has the funds to take care of his family and his children, his households. But that's not just for him, just like Neo said. You don't want women that want Birkin bags. No, them the females. You want I might as well jump down here and get it real quick. I'm going to get there, but I'm going to hit it real quick since I'm there. 4:1 says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. We in that day, we're more in that day today than we was in these days and time. Within the last 50 years, 100 years, I'll say, within the last 50 to 100 years, we're more in that day today than we ever been before. But right here, this is the prophecy that's going on, that's coming to pass. In that day, which is in this time, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. To take away our reproach. You got to be with a man, because the man is your head. And everything is coming back to prophecy, is coming back to the days of old, is coming back to what it's supposed to be. Once people understand that, everything gonna be smooth. And we're gonna be able to work as we should. But the problem is, the mindset of the people is of the Roman Empire. That's the problem we have today. Y'all slaves. Y'all slave to the system, and you have learned to be selfish. We got a lot of women talking about polygamy. That's the word that they're using now to recognize a man having more than one woman, which is more than one wife. A woman is a wife. That's all it is. You won't find where you had a matrimony as in a man coming to put 2 people together to give a ring. No, you did see where they had celebration. You see where they had a celebration of 2 people coming together, and then 2 people went together and they was together. You seen that in the scriptures, but you don't see where they came and they gave a vow and said this and that. No. You don't see that in the scriptures. In the scripture, I'm not talking about the New Testament, I'm talking about the scriptures where everything was laid out. That New Testament is something that was placed there, which is still the greatest word, because it says, I'm seeing you in the land that ye know not. There you're going to serve other gods, wood and stone, gods your father have known. The whole Roman Empire is a god to the world, because they just like Egypt. When Egypt was, when the credit told Pharaoh, let my son go, that he may worship me. If you don't let him go, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. He didn't slay just his son. He slayed the whole Egypt's firstborn. All the firstborn in Egypt. So Pharaoh was like a god in Egypt, saying it like that. Pharaoh was like a god in Egypt. So he was over everybody in Egypt. So by him being like over everybody in Egypt, all the firstborn passed in Egypt. Now, why did I say that? It's because no different than what I'm saying today. Roman Empire is like the Egyptians. The Roman Empire, it has everybody under servitude, under the birth certificate and social security. Oh, I'm about to go into, that's another, y'all need to get on my Tuesday Zoom. And that's private. See, I'm only giving you, I'm only touching a little base to give you a little bit of understanding, to let you understand where you're not at, where you're supposed to be at. Long as you're living in the public, you are a slave. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to say that point because there's something y'all need to know. I hope that resonates with you. Long as you're in the public, you are a slave. You are a citizen. You are a slave. Sovereign only means free. Whether people want to run from it or not, sovereign only means free. A lot of people are scared of that word now. It's only a word that means free. That's all it means. But people don't know that. People choose to be scary. Hey, that's on you. It's time to wake up. And the problem is our people are scared. But that's on you. The Father said, I don't give you the spirit of fear. That's when you wake up and come into it. Until then, you don't know nothing. But you got to be bold. And you be bold, believe me, the Creator. Let me just get back on point right here. In that day, chapter 4:1. Isaiah 4:1. See, I stopped at 12, but let me go down here at 4:1 real quick, because I'm going to come back down through this, because 12:3 says, as for my people, this is the curse that people in and they don't see it. And for my people, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. And who gives them the power? The system gives the children the power through their parents, which is their mother, because the mother has the system to run to when the man want to stand up. The system, the woman has the system to run to if things don't go the way she wanted to go. See the system. That's why it says, "Oh my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err," because they got everything backwards. Everything is backwards. Now a woman want to go to college and go there and get a degree without even having, and that's the main thing Kevin Samuels was talking about. And a lot of other brothers, Fresh and Fit, MTR, even my sister, Sister King, I forgot her first name, I ain't seen her in a minute. Sister King and Anton out of Detroit. I know he's supposed to be from Detroit. I ain't seen him, met him yet neither. You know, but there's a lot of people that's standing up, talking knowledge and information. Everybody have their own ways, their own thoughts, but it's about waking up. Kevin Samuel was the head, which I call Elijah in this day and time. So, oh my people, they which lead thee cause thee to error and destroy the way of thy path. And what's the way of the path? The Creator, the anointed spirit, man, woman, children. That's our way. That is our way. The anointed spirit is the Lamb of Yah upon man. But the people don't know that because they're looking at it through a man that was given to them by the Roman Empire. The snake, the system. But that's something else, another story. Right now, we on the women and the government. Women and the government shutdown. The reason why the government is shut down is because prophecy is happening. Things have to be put back in place. Things are being put in place as we speak. What's going on right now is being put in place. Things are being put in place right now as I'm speaking and as things are happening. But the people can't see it. It's been going on since the end of the 400 years, which was ever since 2019. Prophecy has been happening, but people can't see it. It's been happening, and it's still going on, but people can't see it. Until you sit down and quiet yourself, get in the book, or just listen to some of the information I'll be sharing, and go in and study, ask the Creator to lead and open your mind, you're going to see some stuff. You're going to start to get some understanding. I need the Zoom link. My sister, if you got my YouTube, if you go to YouTube at Juice Pro 33, anytime you open it up, you're going to see the heading. You're going to see the links of YouTube and all the other links. You're going to see the hashtags right up under the hashtag. But we got some. I got MTR in this one today, though. But right up under the hashtags, you're going to see the Zoom information. Join the Zoom. You're going to see the Zoom link right there. And if you don't got that, all you got to do is email me or text me. I say it every day, all of my information, I say it at the end. I give my name. Well, actually, I give my number where you can text me or call me. And or I give you my email where you can text me or call me. I'm sorry, my email where you can email me, my bad. Where you can email me. But all the information is in there. You'll see my Zoom link, and those are on tomorrow night, which is private. So that's private. And I would like to know who's coming. So please, if y'all going to get on the Zoom, please contact me first, one way or another. Either email me. Sometimes I look at it, sometimes I don't. But if you decide to call or text me, if you leave me a text, say, leave me a text at the 770 number, 770-572-5315. If you text me and just say, this is whoever you are, and say you like to talk to me or you like to get on the Zoom, I'm definitely going to call you. I'll call you, I'll leave a text, or you can call me and you can leave a voicemail, or you can call. And if I don't answer, because I got a lot of scam calls, so sometimes I answer and sometimes I don't. But if I don't answer, leave me a voicemail, or if it's full, because I don't check it all the time, but I do try to check it, leave me a text And then email me as well. Do all you can, get in contact with me, and we'll go from there. Because just yesterday, was that yesterday or that was on the Sabbath? Somebody tried to come in and put some explicit stuff. That's why they shut down my first YouTube. They shut my first two. I say they just YouTube took it all the way out. All the stuff that I had post, which I'm glad I got stuff on Zoom anyway. But all the stuff I post, they got rid of it. All of it's gone. Actually, all my lives is gone. I got my videos because I got them, but I'm glad I saved my stuff. So that's just to let it be known. Oh, you're welcome, my beautiful sister. You're welcome. Now, back to the story and back to prophecy. Back to prophecy. Again, this is what we're coming into. Isaiah 4:1 one more time, and then I'm going to get back to Isaiah 3, start back at 12, and then show you where we're at today. Coming into 4:1. Now, 4:1 one more time. And in that day, which is the day we're in right now, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Can y'all see it happening? You got women talking about they going in the stores, not talking about looting, and talking about going in and stealing and taking because they ain't going to have no money. You got to understand prophecy. The Father's word will not fall to the ground. It's going to happen. And if you read after from this point on, you can see that Jerusalem's glorious future. See, this is when things start to come back together. Things have to be put in place. And I tell you, and I still tell you, if Kamala would have gotten in office, we'd have been, you talk about hell, it'd have really been hell on earth. If Kamala would have gotten in office. It'd have really been hell. It was bad enough Obama got in and made same-sex marriages. And it's just been going down there from him, whatever happened when Trump came in at one time, but we talking about from Obama, then jump over to Biden, and then if it would have been Kamala, people don't know what's going on, but people are just, I don't know what the heck, you know what I think? It's just a spirit with Trump that people don't like. And it's just really, it's the reverse of what they have, because that's the whole thing. He's not doing things the way the politicians is doing. He's doing it as a corporation, which is a business. This people that think that people call the government, it's really a corporation. They don't even see it because they don't know it. They don't understand it. That's the reason why I have a president. Corporation has a president, right? A corporation has a vice president, right? Corporation has a treasurer, right? Doesn't a corporation have all that? But the people are too blind to even see that. But let's keep it moving. I try to talk facts, and I try to blend facts with scripture so you can see the two and understand with prophecy. So again, one more time, because I love this chapter 4. In that day, which is in the day we're in now, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. Now, one man could mean several men, not just one individual man. It's talking about men out there that's going to have at least, but these women are going to come to them. If you ain't seeing it saying the man going to get them, you see what it say? Listen. In that day, 7 women shall go and get one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. I'm going to eat my own bread. And we're going to wear our own apparel. Man, I'm going to take care of myself. You got a lot of these women, he's going to take care of the full bill. He's going to take care of me, and he's going to take care of the house. What you going to do? You're supposed to be a helpmeet. Sound like you're a hindrance. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. Now you want to be a headache. Not talking about these here, but these women out here in the world. They want to be a headache. Oh, this and that, this and that. I want to be with him, and he's just going to take care of me. But how many? I seen one with Charleston White. He broke it down. He got on and said, man, you got these women out here. Shoot, who will go 50-50? Man, he said, shoot, we should go 50-50. He said, well, one woman want a man to pay all the bills. Well, shoot, a man can do whatever he want to do then. If he going to pay all the bills and he taking care of you, this and that, that's like taking care of a child. That's like me taking care of my son who has autism. But he can't take care of himself. I gotta take care of him. These women out here thinking just because they can open their legs. I'm just being fact. I'm straight. I'm straight up. Just because they open their legs, that okay, this is my path to glory. And with that glory comes a lot of situations behind it. That's why you got to know this before you get into that. Because that was a mistake that happened with me. And like I said, if y'all listened to my story yesterday, well, did I say it yesterday? No, I hadn't got to Atlanta yet. But I kind of shared. My gun came off. It wasn't like I planned it. It happened, and be truthful, it was supposed to happen according to prophecy that was showed to me, but I didn't know things happened the way they happened. You don't know your life. But let me get on to some information real quick. Now that I got on the woman situation, sit there here because I wanted to make sure I wanted to get into that since we were talking about this situation right here, about the women. As for my people, again, Isaiah 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Oh, my people. And this is where the narcissist, and this is where I might as well just put it out there. The narcissist, this is where the feminists, this is where all the people with them type of attitudes come in at. Oh, my people, they that lead thee, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. 13. Yah standeth up to plead and standeth to judge the people. Yah stand up. How he do it? He threw it through his men. He threw it through his people. The people that he speak, that stands up and speak justice, that speaks facts. This is how Yah stand up to plead. A lot of people looking for him to speak in himself. The people like myself, the people like Kevin Samuels, the people like MTR, the people like Anton, the people like Fresh and Fit, people like a lot of different people across the situations, whether you know them or not, they are doing the work of Yah, and that's how Yah is standing up. 14. Yah will enter into judgment. You see that? He said he's going to enter into judgment with the ancients of his people. You see that? Judgment is what we're doing, what I'm doing right now. I'm showing you judgment according to the word. I'm not putting my hands on nobody. I'm not forcing anything. I'm showing you according to the word what the word say. The Father do the work. See, once his servants give it to you, if it hit your ear and if you hear it and understand it, even if you don't, it's going to come back. But you're going to be judged. You're going to be judged. Yah will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. I'm a prince. I'm Mikael, the great prince. I'm that Mikael in Daniel 12 and Revelation 12. I am a great prince. I don't go around bragging, but I know who I am according to what was shared and told and the things I've been through. And the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. The spoil of the poor is in your houses. How many men went through certain situations with women and the government thank you, Father. The government gave over the house and all kind of riches and stuff to the woman. Man had to start over. How many people do you know that happened to? Look at the child support system. Look at alimony. Look at all the stuff that's going on. They that lead thee cause thee to err. Because they're putting you in charge and you loving it because you're allowed to have the authority and to get into the position that you're in, women. And I'm just being straight up. Some of y'all can take it, and some of y'all may not. But I'm just being facts. And only those who are true to themselves will accept the information. I don't care nothing about your feelings or nothing like that. I'm speaking for y'all. When I speak out of here, I'm speaking for y'all. I ain't trying to make nobody no better, no worse. I'm giving you facts. Either you accept it or you reject it. Verse 15. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor. You see that? How many poor men we got out here and these women just taking from them? Right? Saith Yah of hosts. Judgment on the daughters of Zion. Now, this is starting at verse 16. Judgment on the daughters of Zion. This is my little heading in my book. Verse 16. Moreover, Yah saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth, and walk with stretched forth necks. You know, they think they are that. And walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go. They're walking and mincing as they go. You got some women some of them got over in Dubai and got locked up. Some of them get over to different countries and they go with that same attitude and get locked up. Why? It's because the government and the system has allowed them to be more than what they think they is. Right? Moreover, 16 again. Moreover, Yah saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, now this is who's talking. Therefore, Yah will smite with a scab the crown of the head. See that? A scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, the daughters of Israel. Israel is Zion, Israel is Jerusalem. And Yah will discover their secret parts. See that? The Creator going to discover your secret parts, whatever it is they may be. Creator going to discover it is going to be shown. 18. In that day, in what day? In that day, Yah will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments. Oh, he's going to take away the bravery. About their feet. Number one is, I like the fact it says take away their bravery. That there is what's going on right now. In that day, Yah will take away the bravery. Of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their caws and their round tires like the moon. Y'all know them big old earrings they be having? That's what I think the round tires is. Like the moon, verse 19. The chains and the bracelets and the muff. You know, he used to have all that clink, 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 on everything. All kind of jewelry and stuff women usually wear. 20. The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs. The bonnets, remember what's called talking about that at one time? What's her name? Monique. Monique was talking about the bonnets, right? And the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, and the tablets and the earrings. 21. The rings and nose jewels. Remember they used to have the nose jewels from there go to the earring? You know what I'm saying? To the ear. The rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel. Women love to change their clothes, looking good. And the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins. Crisping pins they stick in their hair. The little, what they call it? The bouffant or ponytail. They stick their little them pins in. The changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen. The glasses and the fine linen. The fine linen, right? And the hoods and the veils. The hoods and the veils they be putting on. But what happened over here? And it shall come to pass, prophecy. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stinking. How many women stinking today? Between it, I had one woman said, I seen a video today. She said, I smell the women before I choose them to dance for dancers. And one woman got from said, there's a woman making the smelling other women. She said, Said no. Then she said, well, you're the first person said I stink. I don't think I stink. And then, well, you got a small odor on you. And I've been around some women and you can smell them. And what it said right here, 24, it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And you know it's talking about between their legs. You see this prophecy happening? Y'all see what I'm saying? Instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent, which is some women stuff is clothes rent now. Some women just walk around their belly hanging out. And instead of well set hair, baldness. You see that? Instead of well set hair, a lot of women gonna be bald. And instead of a stomacher, a grinding of sackcloth. A stomacher, I wonder if that's probably to hold their flubber up or flubber, whatever they call it. And burning instead of beauty. And burning instead of beauty. That could mean gonorrhea, could mean other kind of things. I don't know. But burning instead of beauty. Verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword. What's going on today? A lot of the men around the time of what? 2018, 2016, around the time Obama was in office. You know how many times I seen so many people dying, getting killed out there by these cops. Getting killed out there by these cops. Thy men shall fall by the sword. That's another judgment. Whether y'all know that or not. Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 12 through 23. The sword is a judgment. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. And what war? What war did the Creator say and tell? Well, who he said through Isaiah to who? Esau. By thy sword shall thou live, meaning by war shall thou live. 26 and last verse. And their gates shall lament. These women and their gates, these is talking about the women the whole time. And their gates shall lament and mourn. And she being desolate, all alone, shall sit upon the ground. She's gonna be all alone. Why? Because she ain't got no man. She ain't gonna have no man. You got a lot of women gonna be like that. A lot of men just getting away from them. You got a lot of passport bros. But then what's gonna happen? 4 and 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. That's 4 and 1. And all of it is at the same time in that day, which is in the day we're in now. A day to the Creator is 1,000 years. We're in the point of those of that time now. But now I want to get on this certain point about Cam Newton. A lot of people be trying to come at that brother because their mind is of the Roman Empire. Now, Brother Jason Williams, I believe his name was. I don't want to say anything bad about him because I'm not saying anything bad. I don't mean it like that. But the way he came on, he's trying to act. You know how some people just trying to act like that elder, you know, this. I'm not trying to put him down because he know what he know. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is he know what he know. But I'm trying to give an understanding to the things that's going on compared to the scriptures of Yah, compared to the scriptures of man. So a lot of people are living in the days of, not in the days, but in the scripture of man, which is the New Testament. But when you go back in and see what Yah and the Creator say and what he allowed, that's a different story than what man came and tried to switch and twist things up to be a different way. And just like Cam Newton asked that brother, I'm going to take these off now, unless something else come back to me. Just like Cam Newton asked that brother, you ever seen anybody put a ring on anybody's finger in there when it comes to marriage? Did you see that? Man, Cam Newton just honest. I'm more scared of marriage than I am. I forgot how he said it. I'm more scared of marriage than I am something else. I'm more scared of marriage than I am something. And the reason why is because he know that this system will come and break you down. This system will break you down. And you just got to know how to be outside of that system to handle your business. And that's what I'm getting at. You got to be outside of the system to know how to handle your business. You got to get back in the favor of Yah. When it says, come out of her, my people, let me go ahead and get that real quick. When you understand Zephaniah chapter 2, Zephaniah chapter 2, I think that's right before Zechariah, is it? Yep, here we go right here. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation, Israel, not desire. We are the nation that's not desired. Before the decree bring forth, decree, what the Creator said is going to happen, going to happen. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, there's a lot of stuff going to happen. Before the fierce anger of Yah come upon you. See, he's already angry, and the people don't realize that. Y'all think y'all living in his favor. Father angry right now because y'all ain't keeping his law. Y'all talking about we ain't under grace no more. We ain't under the law no more. We under grace. Y'all lying. Y'all been taught by the Roman Empire. The Creator is angry right now. Boy, I can show you Yoash. Go study Yoash. The prophet, the only one to come by name that the Father said that was going to come by the name and do a work. 1 Kings chapter 13 and I think 2 Chronicles chapter 34. Let me make sure I get that. I'm just going to tell you where to go. I'm not going there, but I just got to make sure I give it to you. 1 Kings chapter 13 and 2 Chronicles chapter 34. Y'all study that. That's a prophecy of a man to come, a king to come by name. And number two, and 2 Chronicles 34 is when the prophecy came to pass by name. What was going to happen by name in time, this time compared to what was to come? No different than we just read about the women and 7 women going to take hold of one man. That's coming. You got to understand what prophecy is. Again, over here, Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. This is where we at right now. Before the decree bring forth. Decree, that means something the Creator said is going to happen. Before the day pass as the shaft. Before the fierce anger of Yah come upon you. He's angry today. Y'all don't know it because y'all think y'all living right. He's giving you mercy right now. Y'all in the damn mercy and y'all don't even realize it. Y'all need to get right with Yah, start keeping his law. First, ask for forgiveness. Tell him to open your eyes, let you accept his way, and let you retain his word, and seek him with your whole heart, your whole mind, and your whole soul. Once you do that, then your change can start to happen. The Father's going to open your eyes up to the facts. The Father's going to open your eyes up to the truth. When you do that, because this is in your heart, believe me, you're going to get an answer. You're going to get an answer. Verse 2, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass at the shaft, before the fierce anger of Yah come upon you, before the day of Yah's anger come upon you. 3, seek ye Yah, all ye meek of the earth. See, he's telling you, seek Yah, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. He's telling you what to seek and try to do. It may be ye, which is you, shall be hid in the day of Yah's anger. You're going to be hid in his anger. But let me show you how close that is to where we are today. Right here in verse 4, it says, for Gaza shall be forsaken. When Trump got in office, he was talking about Gaza, wasn't he? Gaza got to be rebuilt. And Ashkelon, a desolation. Wasn't it all that broken down over there? You got to see the scriptures right here. But he's telling you what to do. So, what I want to get at right now, I'm closing that up, get back to you what I want to talk about in our Cam situation. I don't want to leave that before I go. See, a lot of people getting on Cam about Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know his personal business. A lot of people getting on him because he has several baby mothers. I'm just going to say it. 2, 3, maybe 4, 5. I think it's more than 2. So 3 to 5, 7, I don't know. But the fact is, he had them, and I believe he's taking care of them. I don't know. If he's not, that's another story. But if he's taking care of those women, he is in his right. He is in right according to scripture. He is in right according to the creator. Everybody else is trying to come and try to tell him, oh, you lustful, you doing this, you do. Listen, David had 4 wives or more. Jacob had 4 wives, even though he had 2 wives and 2 concubines, but they all were considered wives. I'm not even going to put Solomon in there because a lot of people would think Solomon was overboard, but y'all don't even understand Solomon's story. Y'all don't even understand it. So I'm not even going to talk about Solomon because that's a whole different subject and conversation. Even though he recognized 1,000 wives. All right? But we talking about women. I'm going to show y'all something. Oh, man, I don't know if I should show it right now because I can go deep and show y'all some stuff. But I'm not going to blow. It's something I want to go. All I'm going to say is Judah. Judah, the promised tribe, the head. All I got to say is Judah on this. I'm not going to go into it. If y'all do your research about Judah, you'll understand what I'm talking about. With understanding, that is. That's all. I'm going to leave it right there. I just put it out there because you need to do your own study. That's all I'm going to say. But the point I'm getting at, if Cam is taking care of his children, taking care of the women, or him and the women got an understanding, that's his business because that's his household. If anybody got a problem with that, you have the problem. To me, I'm going to tell you, a lot of y'all jealous. A lot of y'all jealous of Nick Cannon, and a lot of y'all jealous of Cam, and some of y'all, and a lot of y'all may be jealous of Neo. They're in a position to take care of those. If those are the women that those men want, if that's them, that's them. You can't see where if they choose to be with that man, there's nothing wrong. The problem is a lot of y'all don't know how to face your fears. That's the problem. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I hope somebody come my way with it. I hope somebody come my way with it, because I got some words for you and I got scripture. A lot of y'all is living a lie and trying to make someone live the lie that you're living. I'm just going to be straight up with you. And I am that way. A lot of y'all living a lie. Y'all can't stand up for the lie that y'all living in. Because I had 2 women. I had 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't have them now because of where I'm at now in my walk. I'm not saying that I was wrong in what I'm doing because both of them knew. So I wasn't wrong. Now, if the woman can't take it, that's her choice. She can always leave or she can stay. But it doesn't stop a man from having more than one. Now, you know something? Me and my wife were talking yesterday, and it's good. She kind of turned everything around in a sense because it came from her. I want to put it out there, but she said it. Nobody talks about the women having all these men and all these babies. Nobody talks about the women having all these men with all these babies and ain't got nobody to take care of her. See, it's a difference if a man have women, he's taking care of them or take care of the children, and the women have an understanding with that man. But it's a difference when the women having all these children ain't got no connection with the man, or have connection, but they're not together. The whole thing is that wasn't of scripture anyway, and it's not of the Father. Now, y'all think on that. Y'all don't talk about that, see? People are quick to talk about one thing, but you can't see things. Y'all quick to defend these women, and these women is the ones who's laying down, spreading their legs, getting these babies. Y'all don't talk about that. These women laying down, spreading their legs, getting paid off the government or the corporation from taxes and everything else, and off your alimony, your child support, but they're not trying to be committed to the man that they're laying down with. And I'm not saying, and I have to say that it's not all women, because you got a lot of men who now this is where law needs to come back in place. I had a vision. I'm not gonna say that vision right now. Well, yeah, I had a vision on something like this. See, no tolerance is gonna have to start coming back in place. See, the father's law has to come back in place. Y'all men out here who's getting these women and not being with them, not taking care of them, or y'all not working together to build a family with understanding, there has to be consequences. There has to be consequences because you are responsible. If you don't know how to be responsible, don't lay down. No different than these women out here having abortions. Don't lay down. Why you laying down, spreading your legs if you're having abortions? That's not what the Creator made sex or sex or compilations for. If you're gonna lay down and have a baby or get pregnant, you should know that the man you dealing with is who you plan to deal with, and the man, you should feel the same way. Y'all should sit down, have a conversation, and understand it before you make the move. That's the problem I'm talking about today. That's the solution and the problems that I'm getting at.
Hey, yo, do you think it should be like, you know how they say like some people should not be having kids? You ever hear that? Like just
Yeah.
because of like how some people abuse kids, kill their kids, all kind of things. We're
Well,
not even talking about the dynamic of just the man woman
I'm
dynamic.
with you on that. But see, the
Do
whole
you
point
think
is
there should
this.
be like a license, like you literally must go before someone like on some
No,
China
no, 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 no. I don't believe that.
shit?
No, I don't believe that. What I'm saying is this. Number one is truthfully, but we way out from that at this point. But we should start at this point right now. Before a child leave their house, a woman, a female, a young lady, leave their house, the man that she's going to get with, the father and the mother should approve that marriage for that man to have that woman. Now, when it comes to the point of these people out here talking about, because we don't know the mental clarity of a lot of these people. That's the reason why people need to be observed. A man's supposed to get to know a woman before he really lay down with her in the first place. Get to know her. We all see, number one is we are out of the curse now. See, we were supposed to go through this from time past up until 2019. Now it's time for a change. And I'm not trying to blame people. I'm trying to get people to have an understanding of where we were to where we're going now. That's all I'm trying to do. We need to start understanding that we in a new day, we in the day of the Creator, that is our time. It just got to talk about the change, come out from among her, and the decree. The decree is if anybody's going against his law, that's the decree. So we got to start going back to the law so we can be back in the grace of the Creator, because he's angry because we're not going according to the law. So when it comes to these women out here having, number one, they're opening their legs when they shouldn't be opening their legs. That's number one. If they open them, that should be the man that they know who they're going to deal with. Conversation, communication. And the bill of divorcement was made. They twisted around and made a bill of marriage. See, the bill of marriage, we never had that. Far as I know. We didn't have a bill of marriage. The father gave his child to, they still do that in marriage today, but they do it in contract. This is what I'm getting at. See, they do it today in contract. We didn't have contract like that. The contract was, I'm giving my daughter to you, because when you go to Numbers chapter 30, when you look at it, it talks about vows, but in those vows, it talks about how we're supposed to do. A woman, a young damsel, a woman is supposed to be in a house with a husband, with a man and wife, man and woman, which is husband and wife, man and woman, and their daughter is supposed to leave from that house and go to the house with her husband. Either he provide her with a house or she go to the home with her husband. He takes care of her from that point on. Now, if she's a virtuous woman, She'll have her own place, or she'll be there and she can make her own money and stuff like that in the house he provide for her, or she have a house of her own that her parents may have given to her. But the point is, the woman is supposed to be given to a man, or if the man pursued a woman and she introduced him to her father and mother, what have you, when they come together, whether it's like that or not, or even if they just come together, they're supposed to have an understanding that we are one, woman and man. And then if a man decides to get him another wife, it tells you the one they got, her raiment, her everything is still supposed to be the same. Number one is we were rich at one time. We can handle stuff like that. See, and that's what people don't realize. We had money to take care of women. But in this day and time, we don't have the money like that. But that don't mean that we still can't take care of our woman the way, because it's not all about this. Long as you got to take care of this, it's about the financial, about the mental stability. It's about protection. It's about all kinds of things instead of just the funds. So all this stuff where the government in your business is out, supposed to be out. Because once you start to understand and start getting your when it says and after that talks about the great riches. I'm talking about where 15 at. Here we go. When it says and afterward they should come out with great riches, with great substance, I'm saying, not riches, with great substance. And substance can be land, homes, and anything, animal, anything, substance. After they don't come out with great substance. Now in the substance, in our opinion, because like I tell you, and I've been telling you, your name has your name wherever you were born at, you have a birthright wherever you were born at, birthed at, you have a birthright there. You have inheritance there. Whether you know it or not, you have an inheritance where your birthplace is at in the earth. No matter where you were, you have an inheritance there. It's so much I've come to understand and know, and thank the Father that I've come to know. But I ain't here trying to convince people. I'm here to do what I need to do and share what I need to share. And the Father put me with the right woman that's actually helping me correctly. We can use more help. I will say that. We can use more help because a lot of other stuff needs to be done, but we doing a good job with where we're at. But it's a whole lot more that needs to be done. And where there's two or more there, more can be done. But other than that, a lot of these people out here, they need to get their house in order. They need to get themselves straight. And that's the problem we have today. A lot of people just living and they don't realize what's coming. Right now, things is getting straight right now it's getting straight on the up on a level where it's not dealing with us, but it's going to trickle down to the people. It's going to trickle all the way down to the people where every individual going to have to deal with certain situations in a different way. Y'all don't see it yet, but it's coming. Watch. If it comes to the point where 7 women going to take hold to a man, it's coming. Right now, they already talk about women are already talking about, they talking about going and taking food because certain things. Now, I just had a conversation with a brother a couple of weeks ago. He talking about Trump this, Trump that. I said, bro, you sitting up talking about Trump. Trump ain't did nothing you talking about what he doing with them. He ain't did nothing that has altered your living arrangements. And tell me right now that between today and when you went and 20 or 10, 15 years ago, what's the difference in then and now? And I don't mean financially, nothing like that. I'm talking about financially, but and whatever's going on, what is it that he's doing that's harming you right now today? And he couldn't say nothing. But you complaining about him. I said, you in their business, bruh. That's their business. That's them Caucasian and the systems business. Right now, he's not doing no different, or he's not doing nothing to change your life right now. There's nothing he's doing that's changing your life right now. But it's going to start coming down. It's not him, it's the Creator. It's prophecy. That's what's coming. But they're blaming the man for something that they need to take care of themselves. These women need to get out there and get a job. They've been dependent on the system for too long. They need to get a man. If they're going to take care of the household, the man going to take care of the house, get a man. They ain't too busy being hoes. I got to say it. They're too busy being whores and hoes. Let me give you something real quick. Let me just say this real quick. Leviticus chapter 19. Leviticus 19, there's 24. It talks about there should be no whores amongst the daughters of Zion or Israel. There you go. 29. Isaiah 19:29 says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. A lot of women doing it to themselves. I mean, when you look on TikTok, when you look on Facebook, when you look at Instagram, all you see is these women, they out there and on X or better known as or was known as Twitter. They're selling themselves. They're selling themselves. So it says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. What do we have today? This is what I'm talking about. What do we have today? Wickedness all across the land. What's the name? Fans only, OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFans. We got pornography. All these different things, the land is full of whoredom. Spoken right here in the book, Isaiah 19:29. Y'all can't say this ain't happening because that's what OnlyFans, they showing it butt booty naked to get paid. Porn, they doing it to get paid. Women out here in the streets, walking in the streets, they doing it to get paid. Some of them have pimps. The pimps is doing what? Do not prostitute thy daughters. The pimps is prostituting our women. But a lot of people can't see it. A lot of people just look past it. A lot of people ain't even observing the situation that's going on. Ain't saying nothing. Now, you can't make nobody do nothing. I can go into a woman, baby, you ain't supposed to be doing this and that. You'll get in trouble trying to get them off the street because that's where they want to be.
Hey, why they be saying that prostitution is the oldest profession? They be saying it like that's a profession. You get what I'm saying?
I know exactly. Yeah, they do say that. And to
They
be
say that
truthful,
prostitution is.
if you look at it, it is. You know what? Men love women, right? Now, this is what I was going to say, and I wasn't going to say it, but I'm glad you said that, so now I can bring this up. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to say this now. I'm glad you brought that up, so now I can say it. Judah. I told y'all earlier I wasn't going to say it, but now since you brought that up, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. Judah is the head. I'm going to give you that real quick. Genesis 49. I'm going to show you who Judah is as the nation, not an individual, because this was given. Here we go. Right here. Let me share something with you. Right here, this is what Jacob put up on the sun, which was Judah. Right? And this is after Judah had already been doing certain things, right? And I'm going to give you something to check out for yourself. I'm not going to go into it because right now we're an hour and something in. We are an hour and 18, 20 minutes in already. Genesis 49, verse 8. 8 through, I'm going to hit 10. It's 8 through 12, really. But, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. I'm about to give you something real quick. Not to put them down, but I'm going to give you facts because it's in the scriptures. And this right here is his blessing. Judah, 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art going up. He stooped down, he crouches as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? 10 is your key. The scepter, what's a scepter? A scepter is what a king holds when he dubs his knights. He dubs his knights or his armor bearers or whoever you want to call. He dubs them and give them a clout or what have you. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. That means his seed. Nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, which is the Holy Spirit, which is in today's time. Shiloh, which is the Holy Spirit, which is the Messiah, which is Christ, which is the anointing spirit, comes upon man, which is the Lamb. The Lamb is upon man, which is we are the Lamb, and we are the ones who carry the Holy Spirit that's doing the will of Yah. Not one man, Jesus, Yahshua, whoever, is those who keeps the word of Yah and the spirit that's upon them. They're the Melchizedek. They are the high priests. They are the ones who are prophets and priests and doing the will of the Creator and the servants of the Yah Almighty. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. That's what we're doing. We're gathering the people. And the spirit that's on us is going to be amongst the rest of our brethren, and they're going to still gather the people. 11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass coat unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Don't that sound like the man they talk about in Daniel and also Revelation? Hair like wool, eyes like fire and artists. Don't that sound like who they talking about? It's talking about the people. It's not talking about one man. But the point I'm getting at, verse 10, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Him is us, with the spirit upon us. Now, reason I brought that up is this. And when you were talking about and you was talking about the whore situation. Judah messed with whores. Did y'all know that? See, nobody talks about these certain points. I like to bring out the scriptures. Remember Judah, Judah's son, what was his name? Judah's son, I can't remember I can remember the story, but I can't remember the names. One of Judah's sons had a wife. No. Yeah, one of Judah's sons had a wife. He passed. His brother was supposed to go in to give seed unto his brother because she ain't have no child. All right? She didn't have no child, so he was supposed to go in and have sex with her, and he poured out and nutted on the ground. I didn't mean to say it like that, but that's what happened. His sperm, he pulled it out, and his sperm hit the ground. Right? The creator struck him down. He died. Because he's supposed to give that seed to raise his name up for his brother. So what happened was he died, and then it was supposed to be another son that Judah was supposed to give to her, and she waiting. Now his youngest son, he was supposed to give it, he never did. She waiting. What ended up happening, I forget her name, but what happened was she dressed up like a whore. She met Judah. Well, they must have knew Judah must like women. And he must have thought that she was another woman from another nation. Not knowing that she was Israelite, he thought she was a woman from another nation. He never seen her face, so he must have just hit a whore. She had her face covered. So he just went and paid. He gave her some trinkets. And then he's supposed to come back. But he hit it. He left, came back, she gone. They say, ain't no whores here. Wasn't no whores here. So he gone. When she got pregnant, he was ready to go kill her. Do y'all remember that story? He's ready to kill her. End up finding out, she said, well, the person I'm pregnant by, these are his. They was his. He said, you're more righteous than I am. He told her, you're more righteous than I am. Why? Because he went out there. He's supposed to give her his youngest son or younger son so she can raise a child up under her by her husband's name, and he never did. She ended up getting it from him. She did that, but he didn't know she did it. She went and she set it up, but he was out there messing with hoes. Not of the same nation, whatever it is, because them other nations didn't worship the Creator. But we coming to the point where we all going to do it, and people going to be following us because we're going to teach people. Now, I'm not saying it's all right to go out there and mess with hoes. Now, I'm letting y'all know that now.
Hey, yo, I heard something though. That what you saying that comes right with what I was about to say, because somebody else mentioned that to me before in the terms of like masturbation or something like that. But they were saying how it is better for you to come inside a whore than you to let you drop your seed
On the ground.
on the ground.
A
Yeah,
lot of people spoke about that back in the day
yeah.
because that's the story they was going by.
So that's what it means. Yeah, because I had somebody tell me that before, like say that like in that way, like, and I didn't know that
That's
that's
what
part of.
that's where that saying come from that story.
Yeah, now it makes sense more.
Yeah, because our seed is sacred. These are children that we're having. These women are murdering babies when they have abortions. They're murdering them. No different. When the seed of a man comes from a man, I stopped doing that a long time ago. I mean, I can't remember the last time I did that. I can't remember it. And I ain't gonna do it. I don't masturbate. I don't. I and when I did do it, not realizing it, I felt a guilt behind it. When I came to kind of understand and start to know, I don't master, and I'm just being straight up. And you know me, bro. You've been with me long enough. No, I'm gonna be straight up with everything that I gotta say. I don't masturbate. I don't jack off, or none of that. I don't do that. Now I was younger, I did. I'm just being straight, but I don't do that. We're not supposed to do that, especially if you're a child of Yah. We're not supposed to let our seed hit the ground. Now it's supposed to go into
Makes
a
sense
woman.
because that's the seed of life. So you're not
There
supposed
you go,
to take your
bro. There you
life.
go.
That's your life force. Yeah.
There you go, bro. That's it. It's our life force. We ain't supposed to masturbate. So, and I'm not condoning go out there and lay with whores. I'm not condoning. Person make their own choice to do what they do. My thing that I'm sharing is this. When you get with a woman, you try to get to know who they are so you can. We got too many women out here. And we got a lot of these men. This is another thing I'm talking about. We got a lot of men just trying to get on men that has more than one woman, trying to tell them that they're wrong when really they're jealous. As far as I'm concerned, they're jealous behind it. They're either jealous. I can't say they're jealous, but I'm gonna say they're either jealous, they're envious, or something is the problem because a man can stay. If I can sit up and I can talk to my women and I can tell them, well, and I'm going to be with this and this, and they know about it. There's nothing wrong. Now, it's a difference if you mess around and you ain't saying nothing. A lot of time, men are afraid to be open and just be flat out with it. You got to be flat out. That way, they either accept it or reject it, or they're going to just accept it anyway because they don't want to lose you. That's just it. It's all depends. But the point is, we got to get past that fear. I did. When I confessed to Karen in Germany, that was it. A couple times I was in Detroit. I'm not in Detroit. When I was in there, this is a story, but this is part of it. When I was in Atlanta, when I was with I'm just gonna say this sister named Desiree. I loved her. When I say I loved her, it was like love at first sight. And this was I was pleased, but she didn't want to be together like that. She wanted to have a long distance relationship. I ended up messing around, but every time I told her about it. See, when you break that barrier, you can say what you need to say. You have to number one is you have to face the facts of whatever it is you need to face in order to get past it. When I broke that barrier in Germany, when I told Karen and let her know that I was with somebody, and then I broke that because the spirit had me to bring it out, and that's the reason why I had to get to where I am today. That started my journey. That was the reason my journey started with Karen when I was in Germany. But now, I mean, I'm not going to jeopardize what I have with my wife here because I know she was given to me from Yah. But if I get another one, she going to know about it. It's my choice. And it's her choice to stay or leave. But I'm not going to jeopardize what I know I have because the Creator has given me her, and I like what I have. But there's always room for things that happen to be better. That's all I'm gonna say. And what I love about my wife is she knows that this is our way of life. She know it and she accept it. She may not like it, but she accept it. And I'm not going out here and getting no anybody. If I get somebody, she's gonna definitely be somebody that's gonna be well worth our time. Not my time, our time. Me and my wife's time. Definitely. Definitely. So I ain't bringing nobody in here to mess up what's going on that the Creator has already established with me and what I already have. I can't do it. So we men got to get better. Once you men get better, we all get better because the men is the head. We're the protectors. We're the sons of the Creator. Once we get ourselves together, everything else will be easy peasy. So other than that, Cam, I hope you hear me. I'd love to come on your show and talk to you about some of the things. And I seen a lot of it. The brother, all I can say is a lot of people are in their way according to the system of the day. I'm gonna give you scripture, and I'm gonna show you that if you're doing, I'm talking to Cam right now, Cam Newton. I hope he hear this. If you are taking care and being with your woman and taking care of them children, you're doing nothing wrong. And I believe you know that. Don't let people get in your psyche and make you think you're wrong because of what they think. That's them. They're scared to stand up and do what you're doing. And that's for me, Cam. You want to talk to me? I'd love to tell you that. And I think the same thing with oh man, Nick Cannon. Same thing with Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, if he's taking care of them women or if he has a relationship with those women with understanding and he got all his children, applause for me, my brothers. Don't let nobody try to shame you out of you doing what you know that's right because you have no problem. If you ain't got no problem, don't let nobody else's problem be your problem. That's their problem. They ain't living your life. They're not living your life. You living your life. If these women are accepting your way and they're being with you and they respect you, do what you're doing. And that's for me. I'm straight up. And I'm not mad or anything like that, but this is how my spirit come out, and I'm letting you know truth according to the word. Just like I brought out Judah. Judah is the head, but he was messing with hoes. Israel ain't supposed to have hoes. Other nations live the way they live because they don't keep the Creator's law anyway. And I'm not saying there's no excuse because we are supposed to teach them. But we're in the day now where we got to come back to law. This Roman Empire stuff got to go. All y'all worried about the stuff that's going on over there? Get yourself together. Get yourself right. Everything will start falling in place. That's what you need to worry about. Stop worrying about Trump. Stop worrying about Gaza. Stop worrying about Israel. Stop worrying about all them other nations and get yourself together. Then you're going to start to see the change. Mark my word. Now, that's my word of the Creator according to his word about the change that we need to do. And you will see a difference. You see right after that, go ahead and read the rest of chapter 4, Isaiah 4, and then you'll understand the restoration and everything else behind that. You'll have a better understanding then. Until then, you're living in hell. You don't know it. You don't realize it, but that's what you're doing. My brother G1, is there anything else you want to say, bro? Because we at the end of this. And I wanted to make sure I got that part out for Cam. Because I see how this woman came in and she gonna try to make him look a certain type of way. I didn't see her whole thing, but I seen some of the stuff how people show. She came in. I don't really know the whole situation. I got to say this real quick. I'm glad this just hit me. But I'm thinking about certain things that was topics that were talked about, and they bring up about what happened to our brother. I respect very much, but grow up time. It's time because a lot of our people, and I look at a lot of people that play football and stuff like that. A lot of us are still boys at heart. I'm just gonna put it out there. We're still children at heart. I'm still like a child in many different ways. But responsibility, there you go. It's one thing that they were talking about as well. Responsibility, accountability. And as long as you're accountable in the things that you're doing, you have nothing to worry about. As long as you're responsible in the things you're doing, you have nothing to worry about. But now, Shannon Sharp, great man, did a lot and had a lot of things on the line. I don't know how things is going now. Haven't seen him much as I used to. But I got to say this. He was set up. You got to understand, hoes out here going to set you up. And I don't care what they're going to set you up. Know who you're getting with. That's my whole conversation right here, right now. You mess with a hoe on OnlyFans, from what I know. And then she set you up by recording you, by the stuff that you said. And the whole thing is, would you have said that to your wife or your woman? Or saying some of the things that you said to her, to your wife or to your woman? Someone that you cared about that's like your piece, your part of your organ. Would you do that to an organ in your body? And I'm just being honest and just sharing. Would you treat or do act a certain type of way to somebody that you love is mainly what I'm saying. Now, I heard some things. I haven't heard everything. I'm just putting this out here for what I did kind of heard for myself, that is, about the recording and what made him get to the certain point. The whole thing is be accountable for the things you do. And Father, I'm sorry, he did when I guess he paid off whatever happened in that situation. It shouldn't have happened, but see, we got to understand, we all got to go through our own ordeals in life. We can always say coulda, shoulda, woulda. I shoulda did this. I could. No, that was your experience. Shannon went through that experience to learn from it. See, which Monique was trying to tell him, everybody trying to put out there. See, you can make contents, make money off contents, off stuff that people said, should have did this and that, but you got to go through your experience to understand the things that you're going through. We all got them. We all got to go through these experiences. And by us going through them, this is our learning. And not only our learning for us, this is how other people learn from our mistakes, especially ones that's out there, that's got themselves out there in the media, social media, what have you. See what I'm saying? We all have to go through our own experience to learn from it, to get a better understanding so we don't do that again. I went through my last 3 women. My 3 baby mothers. I got a set of children by 3 different women. The first one was playing games. The reason why I had to leave. The second one I had to leave because of the spiritual situation. I woke up spiritually. The third one, money. And I should have picked up on that, but I didn't because I had to go through it. See what I'm saying? So I went through those situations, but then outside that, other women that I was dealing with. You go through your life to learn certain things, to get to be a better person, because we all have to. If you don't know nothing, how you going to teach someone else? And I don't mean to be, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say to have an understanding. If a person had used crack for so many years and he got off of it, how can somebody tell you about crack that never got on? Only a crackhead can tell you, don't do this, because this is going to do this, and this is the feeling, and this and that's going to come. Now, if you choose to do it behind it, that's your fault. If a person caught AIDS and he felt a certain kind of effect, and then he got cured from it. Just saying. That person went through the situation to tell you about it. People that haven't went through nothing can't tell you about nothing they didn't went through because they just talking. That's the problem we have today. People do a lot of talking and they ain't been through it. Now, if I tell you something, I done been through it. I can't speak. When people ask me certain things, well, like I got certain sisters talking about, well, okay, this and that about this. I said, well, I don't know about that. I didn't go through that. I can tell you what I went through in this situation, and I can tell you this and that and what came out for me on this, but I didn't go through that to tell you about that, so I can't speak on that. But I can tell you about this. I can tell you about that because I've been through that. I have experienced that. Other than that, people are doing a lot of this. Content creators, a lot of them on YouTube and across the globe, they speak stuff and say, well, you coulda, shoulda, woulda. You don't know what you coulda, shoulda, woulda did anything because a lot of people talk stuff that they don't know. Even in the scriptures, it tells you in Deuteronomy 24, if a man find let me read it real quick. And I got to break this down real quick before we go. And this is going to be the last one, but I'm going to hit it real quick. Deuteronomy 24, 1, it talks about divorce. Deuteronomy 24, 1 through 4, it says, when a man has taken a wife, when he got a woman, and married her, he went in unto her. That's how he married her. And married her, and it come to pass. That means now he's take care of Ian, and he's taking care of her. When a man have taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes. Now, number one is, let's look at this before I end this situation. If she found no favor in his eyes, it's because she had to do something wrong. It's something that she really, listen, men don't just leave their women for nothing. Men don't do that. And this is what people fail to see. They look at this and they just reading. Get inside and understand what's being said. Most men that love their women and their children, their life, and their family with the woman or women, they ain't just gonna leave them. So it has to be something she really did that he find no favor, that she find no favor in his eyes, because he has found some uncleanness in her. It's something she did. Let me share something with you. How many Fresh and Fit and a lot of these other talk shows, they talk about these women that had like these high body counts. He can get with her now, and he can be all into it, but he don't know nothing about her past. You see what I'm saying? These women out here, they have a past. Sleeping with, I don't care how many, but the point is, even if she told him and he liked it, fine. If he told her and he didn't like it, there you go. But the point is, if he find no favor, because he has found some uncleanness in her. If she being like out there like this, she's a hoe. Don't know, man. And you know how many of these women still trick themselves and try to say, well, I got a high body count, but that shouldn't matter. Who is you to tell me for me? You showing me something right now that I don't know how you're going to be in the next few years. Women are sneaky. They would get out here and you think everything going on. We got women right now that has babies by other men, family members and other things, and the man never knew. And he come to find, he went and go and get and that's another thing. He go get a blood test or go get a DNA test and find out that's not his child. That's the same thing right here. He finds some uncleanness in her. He didn't find out she been messing around on the whole time. This is what it's talking about. A lot of people make excuses, but they don't understand the situations really what's going on. Then let him write her a bill of divorcement. Now he's writing her a bill of divorcement. Why? It's because now he's letting her know, listen, We ain't together no more. Everybody that knew that they were together, they know that if somebody start messing around with her, that's adultery. That's idolatry and adultery. Now she has to be able to prove, listen, this is my bill of divorcement. See, we're not together no more. That's proof. If everybody already know y'all together, y'all don't need no marriage certificate and stuff like that from no system. Everybody know y'all together. But if y'all together and then y'all break off, you have to have some proof, or you're gonna get stoned or killed. A lot of people are ignorant to knowledge and information. That's your proof. So it says, when a man has taken a wife and married her, he went into her and now he's building a family with her. And it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes. If she found out that she was a hoe, I don't want to be with no hoe. But I didn't know that. Now I come to find that out. Or she had sex with somebody else and now I'm thinking that this is my child and it ain't my child. But it's also his choice to stay too. See, you ain't looking at it both ways. It's his choice to be like, okay, well, you know, you was a hoe then. You're not a hoe now. I love you. We together. Then she his wife. Whatever is in the past is the past. See how that worked? See, everybody now, oh man, she was a hoe in the past, man. You gonna stay with her? Then? Get out my ear, man. This is my wife now. Get away from me. See, and that's the problem. That's the problem with people. They don't know how to stand on their principles. And she found no favor in his eyes because he has found some uncleanness in her. That's his choice at this time, to either be with her or get rid of her. That's his choice. And the way the women is today that got these high body counts, I can't see. Well, it all depends. You got a lot of people out here, you got men that really see a woman, he just like her for who she is, well, but sometimes you get with them, you end up finding out they ain't all who they think they is, who you think they is. They're not as fine as you thought. Or they fine on the outside, but their mind could be corrupt. Their attitude could be corrupt. You just see them from a distance. Once you get to know them, you're like, wait a minute, hold on. That's why you're supposed to get to know the person you're dealing with. And a lot of times, just getting with them for a couple of weeks, that ain't long enough. People put a front on for a long period of time. That's why when I was in Germany, I inquired about Karen. And it was told to me, not by one or two, it was told me by several people. Oh, she's not no hoe. No, she get one man, she with that one man. That was told to me by many people, not just two or three, several people. Many people said, but when I saw her, it was like love for me at first sight with her. And we was together ever since. But I did, like I said, also in my story, I craved the sister. My body, my being was craving a sister. So I went and satisfied that a few times, but I had to let her know. That's what broke my situation on, if I mess around with somebody, just tell them. Let it be known. You know, that's what it is. That's what it was. But this is where I'm at right now. So again, find some uncleanness her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. That means now he brought her a bill of divorcement. That's her proof that they're not together no more. That's her proof. See, back then and in today's time, a person knowing that a person is married, see, men, even I think what did I didn't even heard Cardi B even say it. Cardi B even said, when I had a husband, men wouldn't even come in my way. That's respect. And that's how we're supposed to be. I'm not talking about these slugs out here, these wolves, these octopuses, these snakes that's out here trying to get in your wife. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about men who respect another man's relationship. That's what I'm talking about. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. She can go be his wife. This is my paperwork. You can see right here. He wrote on here. We're not together. We're not married. This and that. And then, did the same brother can go inquire. Okay, she didn't told me. Now let me go check out. Let me go ask, man, is you in this, which car, are you and which car y'all together? She had it, beautiful. Yeah, man, we ain't together no more. Because once you write it, it's done. It ain't no, well, yo, she's still mine. And no, you wrote a divorcement, she's done. This is what I mean by standing on principle. If you wrote a bill of divorcement, you decided to put her out and let her go. It's not about being pressured by other people. You are at fault with what you do. So now she may go and be another man's wife. Verse 3. Deuteronomy 24, verse 3. And if the latter husband hate her, this is another man, it's the other guy. If the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand. Now, all of a sudden, now, okay, I see why he got rid of you now. Here, I don't want you. No, no. I thought you was something different. You ain't what I thought you was. He hated her for a reason. He should have got to know her. He should have probably asked her husband, man, why did y'all get a divorce? See, that's why men supposed to connect. We're supposed to talk and get to know each other in order if something like this happened, we're supposed to know. We're supposed to know and understand and be able to talk to each other. But now, and if the latter husband, which is the guy she got with later, hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house, or if that same guy, the latter husband, die, which took her to be his wife. So when he died, he's gone. Or if he hated us, no man, put her out my house. She's a headache. I don't want to deal with her. Or I found about this body count. You ain't no tell me about you had this body count, whatever. The whole thing is give her another divorcement. Here, I'm good. I'm good. I go get me some. I'm good. I don't even want to deal with you. Bill of divorcement. She's still free. You got a lot of women out here whose mindset is corrupt. A lot of women out here mindset is gone. They want the bag. Man can't do nothing for them. They gone. But verse 4 and last verse. Her former husband, meaning the first one that gave her the bill of divorcement, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. You ain't supposed to take her again. Why? Because number one, once you did it, it's final. When you gave her the bill of divorcement, you're done. I'm done with you. Her former husband, which had sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, she is defiled. She's already defiled. Well, but she's defiled by being with these other guys. For that is an abomination before Yah, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin. What land? You can say the body or the land itself. But to me, the body is now, you have already, we heard about the emotional ties that everyone gets. A lot of people get emotional ties once you have sex with someone. This is a sin. Because you done went back into her and now you don't know whatever emotional situation with that guy's in you now, because she's collecting everything that's coming her way. For that is abomination before Yah, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which Yah thy father giveth thee for an inheritance, which is the land that you'll be on as well as yourself. So that's about it for now. G1, I'm going to ask, do anything you want to speak on before we go? Because I'm about to end it out right now. We already, almost 2 hours on this.
Nah, it's peace, G. Everything you said enough. Like you said, you covered it from right now, G. So yeah, nothing to add on.
Now I hear you, bro. Well, I appreciate you and congratulations again on your your test that you got, and for your you can make some.
Like you said, steady up, progress for real, bro. Keep climbing up the ladder of success for real. You know what I mean? Try to stay on top, man. And just like you said, but yo, I appreciate it, my brother. You already know, man. Much
All
thanks,
day.
bro. I catch you later and shit.
All right, my brother. Peace and love, my brother. And for everybody else, don't forget that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This prophesies for you to see that Mikael is really me. And I'm getting ready to read the benediction before we do the Shema. And the benediction is in Numbers chapter 6, the last 6 verses, which is verse 22 through 27. And the benediction is, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and to his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put my law, which is his name, upon the children of Israel, and I, Yah, will bless them. Shema Israel, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekevo, Vakuto Violam, Vaed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Praise you, Almighty. Bless you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep us, help us in every way. Lift the spirit of deep sleep from us and allow us to grow in your great light, in your holy word, your spirit. And all these things we pray, we promote you, and we thank you. Hallelujah. 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 Praise you, Almighty. And now, for anybody that like to get in contact with me, you can always call or text me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. And you can always email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's LKHY, excuse me, ym@gmail.com. Now, if you want to connect with me on YouTube or on the social medias platforms, well, first of all, my ex also previous known as Twitter, and also my YouTube. My YouTube and my X is called Juice Pro 33, which is JUICE PRO 33. That's JUICE excuse me, 33. And also, that's Juice Pro 33. And now that's for the full version that's on the video, the part one and part two is on the live, right? And that's Juice Pro 33, and that's for X Twitter as well as Juice as YouTube. And you can like, subscribe, and share if you like as well. Also, my Instagram and my TikTok is L'chaim underscore the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM underscore, excuse me, underscore THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM YYM_THEJUICE. That's L'chaim_the juice for Instagram and TikTok. Also, my other TikTok is Michael the Juice Harris. Now you can actually put in the engine at MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. Again, that's MICHAEL, excuse me, THEJUICEHARRIS. That's my other TikTok. And also my Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. That's MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. Now, if you want to look at the full version, which is from Zoom, the full version is on YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter, as well. Juice Pro 33, that's the X, and also YouTube, which is Juice Pro 33. And also we on rumble.com/LKHYYM. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM. And also on Patreon.com. That's rumble.com and patreon.com/LKHYYM. Patreon.com/LKHYYM. Patreon.com and rumble.com. Both of them is LKHYYM. Now, if you'd like to check me out on my platforms on Zoom, and the ones, all the platforms I just shared with you, but on Zoom itself, you can actually see me on, or should I say, on Sundays at the night after Sunday, I like to say, at 9 p.m. The night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Excuse me, Eastern time on Zoom and all those other platforms, except for TikTok. And that's at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom. Also, that's Mikael, that's Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. Now on the night between Monday, like tonight, between Monday and Tuesday, we're on Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. Here on Zoom and the other platforms as well. And then on Tuesdays, that was Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. On Tuesdays, we have Introductory to Solving Class of Knowledge. Introductory to Solving Class of Knowledge, which is Zoom only. And you'll see that in the links as well. And on Google Calendar, once you text me, you end up getting it from there. And that's at 9 p.m. And then pretty soon, to be determined, we're going to have classes on Wednesday. That's going to be to be determined. Just wait and see how this one go. And then on the Sabbath, we're at Assembly of the Righteous. Excuse me. On the Sabbath, we're here at the Assembly of the Righteous. And that's on the Sabbath, Assembly of the Righteous at 12 p.m. noon, which is the beginning of the evening, 12 p.m. noon on the Sabbath. Other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. And first thing we're going to do, we're going to say bye to Zoom. In a minute, my brother G1, I'll see you in a minute. Everyone else, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. I hope you enjoyed the information tonight, and always, peace.